Live from the College of Staten Island campus right here in Staten Island, New York. This is CSI Dolphins baseball right here on CSI Sportsnet at CSIDolphins.com. Today's matchup features the CSI Dolphins with a 5-7 record taking on NJCU. NJCU enters the game 5-4, and we're going to get started pretty quickly here. First pitch was scheduled for 12, but the batter is in the batter's box, and we're going to get started right now in the broadcast booth with you today. I am Nick Durst, joined by Chris Notaro, and we are getting started right now as Tom Pulcine, the third baseman, number 27 for NJCU, steps to the plate. Pitching for CSI and delivering the first pitch for a strike is Kevin Ryan, the freshman pitcher from New Dorp High School. He enters today with a 7.84 ERA, so he's looking to definitely lower that, and he has an 0-1 record.
Well, Nick, with the way things have ended yesterday with CSI, Kevin Ryan definitely looking to keep things going for the Dolphins as Lozado steps on the bag.
Good start here for Kevin Ryan as he gets the batter to ground out to first base. And now batting for NJCU is the center fielder, Jesse Kraft.
But the weather definitely is a lot nicer today. We could definitely say that today, Nick, because there's not a lot of wind. There's no 50-mile-per-hour winds today. And
this ball is hit into center field. Not much wind trouble out there today. And the center fielder, Dominic Castiglione, easily makes the catch and gets it back into Andrew Nathan in the infield.
And that's something we didn't see at all yesterday. Outfielders out there making plays on fly balls. It was usually much harder to track those down, especially when it comes down to a gust of wind pushing the ball to the left or right rather than keeping it center.
Right now, you look at the flagpole out there in left field. It's not blowing much, but weather always plays a condition in March. We know that it's going to get windy, and we'll keep you monitoring that in the rest of the game. Now batting for NJCU is the shortstop, Nick Legato. And that pitch is in there for a strike.
Ryan definitely seems poised to show everyone that 7.84 ERA is just a little bit of a bad start. He might be a little rusty coming into the season, but he definitely looks calm, cool, and collected today, Nick. 2
outs so far, and he's already has an 0-2 count right here on the batter, Legato. Set to deliver the 0-2 pitch, and this ball is grounded over to second base. Navertney picks up, throws it over to Lozado, and there you have it, a 1-2-3 inning. And that's going to do it here for the Gothic Knights of NJCU in the top of the first. And right after this, we'll be back as the Dolphins head to the plate, and we'll see what they can do.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
And we are back here at the College of Staten Island campus. Quick first inning, 5 minutes, and first pitch was scheduled for 12 p.m., but we're already through the top of the first here, and it's 12 right now as the Dolphins get set to bat. And on the mound for the NJCU Gothic Knights is Fernando Guerrero, number 36. And right now we're going to give you the CSI starting lineup. Let's take a look at that. And Chris is going to have that for us.
All right, for the Dolphins today at second base, number 2, Jet Navertney. Number 39 at third base, Anthony DeMarco. At center field, number 21, Dominic Castiglione. At shortstop, number 5, Andrew Nathan. At right field, number 23, Nick Miola. At first base, number 11, Anthony Lozada. At designated hitter, number 32, John Pomerico. At catcher, number 13, Salvatore Trancucci. At left field, number 8, Nick Falcone. And on the mound today, number 1, Kevin Ryan.
And we talked about Kevin Ryan in the top of the first. High ERA coming into today, but off to a really good start so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 3 in, 3 out. So he's starting off pretty well today. The weather's definitely a lot nicer out, as we've been talking about. And let's see if the Dolphins can put some runs up as Jet Navertney steps up to the plate. And, he had himself one heck of a day there yesterday, huh, Nick?
Navertney was incredible. He was in the second game itself. I think he was on base 4 times. Led off with a triple yesterday. We'll see what he can do here to start this one off.
I mean, with a 436 batted average with 4 RBIs, I mean, not too bad.
Definitely pretty good, and he does lead the team in runs. He's scored 12 times so far this season. And the first pitch, taken outside for a ball.
But, Jet Navertney, quite the leadoff hitter. I mean, he led off yesterday against the Wildcats with a triple. He was 3 for 4. He was unbelievable on the day. So, the Dolphins definitely looking to see more of that from Navertney today out of his production.
This ball is fouled off to the right side.
But just overall, I mean, the take on the fielding for the Dolphins to start, much better.
This ball is hit into center field. Center fielder and right fielder coming over. The right fielder makes the catch, and that catch was made by Juan Pena. 1 away here for the Dolphins. Now batting for the Dolphins, the third baseman, number 39, Anthony DeMarco.
DeMarco definitely looking to boost that batter's average up with a 87 average, which
that ball is hit, and that's going to boost up the average. It gets down the line, left field. Left fielder picks it up. DeMarco making the turn, going for second. Thinks better of it. Hits the brakes, turns around. He's in there with a single. So DeMarco gets on base here, and the Dolphins now bring to the plate their center fielder, Dominic Castiglione.
Castiglione definitely hit a couple of shots into the gap yesterday. Looking great. He must be feeling great with this weather. Not too cold, not too nippy out. And just look to move over Anthony DeMarco, who's just the first base runner of the day.
Castiglione comes in with a 480 average, looking to add on that. So he's definitely off to a hot start this season, despite the cold weather here in Staten Island. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, you got to keep the eyes on the ball there. Just swinging away, swinging for the fences there on that one for Castiglione. But just make a contact hit and get on base.
Guerrero set to deliver. And that ball is grounded over to third. That's going to be a 5-4. Oh, the second baseman drops it. Then he picks it up and steps on the base. DeMarco stopped running on that play, unfortunately. Not good base running there. If he would have kept going and slid, he would have been safe if we had first and second there. But nonetheless, the second baseman is able to pick that up after the throw from Polchin. And Matt Corsi is able to step on the bag. And we have 2 outs here.
You hate to see that, Nick. Actually had a chance of counting as a single off an error. So, DeMarco kicking his head right there of not finishing and following up and making his way to the bag.
Castiglione on first now with a moderate-sized lead, and that's going to bring Andrew Nathan to the plate, the shortstop today.
Nathan settling in pretty well for the Dolphins with a 289 average, 5 RBIs, 3 bases stolen. So, he's definitely one of the premier Dolphins here, and just taking focus on just that runner on first and as he strikes out. But most of the time that's not what we see here from Nathan. So
that's going to end the inning here, and it's 0-0 after 1, and we will be right back in the top of the second on CSI Sportsnet right after this.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt. And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet. Shoebox. Under the bed.
Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
And we are back here at the College of Staten Island campus. The Dolphins and the Gothic Knights 0-0 after 1. And the right fielder, number 13, Juan Pena, steps to the plate here. Kevin Ryan looking to build on that great first inning. And the first pitch is a little outside. Ryan only had 6 pitches thrown in the first inning, so it's definitely what he was hoping for as he looks to turn his season around here. The next pitch is 0-1. It's taken for a ball. Okay, so 1-1 count now. And that ball is popped foul. Let's hit back into the parking lot. So a 1-2 count here on Pena, and Ryan's looking to put him away here and continue his good start so far today. The 2-1 pitch from Ryan is low in the dirt. 2-2.
Well, you know, Nick, you definitely don't want the pitches to get away from you here. You want to stay on top of your game and make sure you're throwing strikes.
This ball is hit right over the second baseman's head. That's going to roll to center field. Castiglione picks it up. The runner, Pena, is going for second. The throw to second is not in time. Just a little late on that throw there. Nathan cannot apply the tag. And Pena is on base with a leadoff double.
What a great throw there, though. Almost had him in time. And, you know, Juan Pena, good job by him hustling and getting to second base.
And that's going to bring Matt Corsi, the second baseman, up to the plate for NJCU.
But also a really nice shot by Pena into the gap. You know, nothing the outfielders could really do about it, but give their best shot to throw him out at second, and they did just that.
Here comes the pitch. Taken inside for ball 1. Corsi awaits the 1-0 pitch. Taken for a strike.
That's a nice pitch by Ryan there, keeping it outside, keeping it away from the hitter. Nothing he could really do about that one.
And Ryan working from the stretch right now. He's done a lot of that this season, as indicated by his ERA. Lots of runners have been on base. See if he can work out of some trouble here.
Listen, I say Ryan goes back inside now. You worked him outside twice, got 2 called strikes. Why not go inside on the hitter?
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Ryan gets his sign, comes set, checks the runner, delivers the pitch. The runner goes inside pitch, but it's in the dirt, taken for a ball, and Pena is able to move up to third on no throw That go down as a stolen base, and some serious trouble now for the Dolphins as the Gothic Knights have a runner on third and nobody out here in the second inning.
Yeah, Ryan's got to stay composed here. He's got to make sure he gets this guy out and just takes care of Matt Corsi here, because get a single run going, his ERA can really break out.
Hit into left field between the shortstop and third baseman. Payne is going to jog into first, and Corsi's on board at first with his RBI single. And the Gothic Knights take a 1-0 lead.
And just like I was saying, bring that man home, and now really the rally begins. I mean, no outs, no confidence boost for Ryan. He's already got a 7.84 ERA and just increased again. So, he's really got to focus and hone in on getting some outs here and just getting back to the same performance he had last inning.
Now batting for NJCU is Ricky Voss, the first baseman. And Chris, lots of lefties in this lineup for NJCU. Perhaps they didn't realize that Ryan is a lefty pitcher. You don't usually see a lot of lefty batters in a lineup against a lefty pitcher.
Well, yeah, now it's definitely it's a different ball game, because, that's one of the main reasons you utilize a lefty. It's a little bit tougher for right-handed hitters to go up against a left-handed pitcher, but NJCU's lineup seems to be prepared, as they're stock full of lefties and showing no fear in Ryan.
Pitch is taken up and in, and we have a 1-1 count on the batter Voss. Taken for a called strike. 1-2 count now on Voss. Ryan definitely looking for the double play here, or a strikeout.
Yeah, you definitely want to force a ground ball into either shortstop or second base here. Just get that 4-6-3 double play and just get yourself 2 outs. And
he throws it over to Lozada, who's able to make the grab there. Not the best throw.
No, I just think he's just trying to keep him checked over there. I just think he's really just making sure he's not going nowhere over to second, because he doesn't need any more runners in scoring position right now.
Pitch is taken inside for a ball. And now it's a 2-2 count. Outfield is playing pretty straight up here. Not much of a shift from the left-handed Voss. That ball is hit back foul behind the Dolphins dugout. Ryan, who had 6 pitches in the first inning, is now up to 18 this game. So the Gothic Knights are definitely making him work out there.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's how you beat the pitcher.
That ball is hit in the air to right field. Coming in and making the catch is the right fielder, Nick Miola. So now we have 1 out, and coming up to the plate for NJCU is Mike Albunia, who is the DH today.
Well, so far, even though Ryan's given up a run, I mean, he's been doing a good job of making sure he's staying focused, staying calm, and just getting those outs. It's the most important thing, is getting out of this inning and getting your team up to the plate.
Albunia coming up, another lefty in this lineup. So obviously, the Gothic Knights showing no fear on lefty-lefty matchups, as the first pitch is taken for a strike.
Surprise still, no shift on a big lefty such as Albunia.
This ball is hit to Navertny, who tosses it over to Nathan. Nathan tosses it over to Lozada, and that's going to end the inning with a 4-6-3 double play, but not before NJCU does push the runner across. And as we go to the bottom of the second inning, the Gothic Knights lead the Dolphins of CSI 1-0. We'll be back on CSI Sportsnet.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. your dream vacation, and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
And we are back here on CSI Sportsnet as the Dolphins trail 1-0 early here as we go to the bottom of the second. And senior outfielder Nick Miola steps to the plate. Miola takes that first pitch, hits it back up to the middle very slowly though, and wow, the shortstop is able to make an incredible play. Nick Legato showing a lot of range there, gets over to it and throws the ball over to Ricky Voss at first, and there's one away here.
Yeah, definitely a nice play by Legato there, and just being able to stay with it and get that ball over to first.
And now batting for the Dolphins, the first baseman, Anthony Lozado, the junior. He's from Curtis High School. And he comes into today on the season batting .250.
Lozada had some big plays coming in to the second game there, Nick. Bringing home had one RBI, bringing home a runner yesterday, and he's doing a great job.
1-1 count on Lozado here. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Guerrero, it's just a 1-run lead, but it seems that he's pitching with a lot of confidence here. Just a few pitches into this second inning here. And that pitch is swung on a miss by Lozado. The catcher unable to catch it, but picks it up, tosses it over to first, and Lozado is retired here. That's two-way. Nice job by the catcher, Palmisano, to be able to pick that up and throw it over to Voss in time. And now batting for the Dolphins is the DH, John Pomerico.
Pomerico definitely looking to get something started. Don't want to go 3 away right in the inning, just without putting up any sort of fight. I mean, you got the Gothic Knights who just put up a run on the scoreboard, so you definitely want to counteract that and respond.
Guerrero falls behind here, 2-0 on the batter, Pomerico.
And a good job by Pomerico, not biting on those balls on the outside because, Lozado ended up taking a couple of cuts at them and, resulted down in the count and ended up not ending well for him. So Pomerico, good idea of staying calm and laying back a little bit.
Pomerico now takes 2 big cuts, and it's 2-2 count. Ball's fouled off.
It's a nice cut there. He's just got to bring it a little bit further into the right, and you got 2 bases there.
It's a 2-2 count, and we apologize for any difficulty right now with our scoreboard on the screen. We'll get that fixed for you. That's going to be a swing and a miss, and the Dolphins go down 1-2-3 here in the second, and still trail 1-0. We'll be back for the top of the third on CSI Sportsnet.
You make me wear my bike helmet. taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet.
Shoebox under the bed. Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You ask them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
And we are back here at the College of Staten Island campus as the Dolphins trail the Gothic Knights 1-0 here. The Gothic Knights coming to the plate once again, and stepping in for them is Anthony Palmisano, the catcher. Kevin Ryan looking for a quick inning here after allowing 1 run last inning. Set to deliver the pitch. And that ball is taken on the inside for a ball. That pitch is hit to center field. Castiglione giving chase, going back. It's over his head. That's going to bounce to the fence. Rounding first and heading to second is Palmisano, and he's going to stay there with a stand-up double. Not the start that Kevin Ryan and the Dolphins are looking for here, as once again, the Gothic Knights have a runner on early to start the inning, and a leadoff double.
Yeah, that's definitely not good news for the Dolphins to have another start like that, especially with Ryan's track record. You don't want to dig yourself into a hole already with no outs.
Leo Colon, left fielder, steps to the plate. We'll see if the Gothic Knights are looking to run again, and that ball is tipped foul. Last inning, we do know that Pena, he was able to steal third, and that put him in square position with no outs right at third base, and he came in shortly after on Corsi's RBI single.
You got a runner in scoring position here. Let's see if Leo Colon makes anything happen here against Ryan.
Colon digging in the batter's box here, and Ryan looking for the sign. Coming set, takes a peek at the runner. Runner looks like he might be looking to take off. Does not go. This ball is hit to second base. Navertney eats him up a little bit. Recovers, throws over Lozado in time to get the out. But the runner, Palmisano, does advance to third base. So Colon can't be too mad about that at bat. The runner is now at third base with 1 out, and that's going to bring up the top of the lineup. Tom Polchin is up.
Well, fielders are all in, so they're preparing for a sacrifice bunt. They're definitely no stranger to the sacrifice bunt, especially after playing against the Wildcats yesterday.
He's swinging away, and the infield is remaining in. They're going to just try to get the play at the plate, which is probably the smart thing to do here as they're trailing early. Polchin 0 for 1 on the day so far.
And it seems as if that's the top of the lineup is where Ryan has had his success against the Gothic Knights here. So
Yep, definitely 1, 2, 3 in the first.
So let's see if he can repeat history and just as he gets another strike there and, shows a little bit of control, definitely over the top 3 hitters. Or at least the number 1 hitter.
It's now a 1-2 count on Pulsine. Ryan could really use a strikeout here. It would definitely help him a lot. That pitch is a little high, a little outside. 2-2 count now.
Obviously, we don't want to bring that runner home. We want to make sure to get out of this inning. No damage done. But that's up to Ryan and the infield and the outfield there. Just got to back each other up out there.
That ball is hit fouled down the first base line. And that goes into the bullpen there. And one of the NJCU players takes a crazy tumble there trying to avoid it. And he's still laying on the ground. I think he's just playing it up right now, but a funny scene nonetheless.
Well, you don't see any of the CSI infielders going out for that one, so it only makes sense.
Count is now full, 3-2. The last thing Ryan wants to do here is walk Pulsine. Ryan set to deliver. And it's taken outside, ball 4, and now we have runners on first and third, and that is going to bring up Jesse Kraft with a chance to do some serious damage here. The corners are going to remain in for the potential play at the plate, and Nathan and Navertney are going to play double play depth to possibly get another double play to end the inning.
Well, that's definitely not good. I mean, you got first and third, number 2 hitter up. Definitely not the best situation. Jesse Kraft going to look to make things a little interesting for the Dolphins here.
Kraft wearing number 2, batting second, the center fielder, 0 for 1 today. First pitch in there for a called strike. Pitch is taken, and it's an 0-2 count.
Nice breaking pitch.
Just
by
what Ryan wanted there. 0-2. He'll take the strikeout, that's for sure, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, get yourself into a 2-out situation is much better than a 1-out situation.
That ball is chopped foul. Still an 0-2 count here with 1 out. Runners on first and third. Palmisano on third. Pulsine on first. Kraft up to bat.
Question is, what can Ryan do?
The runner takes off, fouled away, so Pulsine looking to move there to break up any potential of a double play. We'll see if he is on the move here again.
Well, I don't see any reason why not, because even if the catcher can't bite on Pulsine, running, because if he throws down to second, then that's a free run for the man on third. So, by all means, I'd steal again.
We'll see if Pulsine takes off. He's not going anywhere, and that pitch is low for a ball. So 1-2 count now to Kraft.
But they're respecting, I guess maybe they're respecting Trancucci's arm, because.
Say as Ryan throws over, so he might be thinking Pulsine is going to take off again here. Kevin Ryan closing in on 40 pitches now, paying a lot of attention to Tom Pulsine over at first. Palmisano getting a nice lead off third, too. He'll be going hard if there's any play at the plate, but the Dolphins have now backed their infield up, and nobody's playing in. And that pitch is taken for a ball, so 2-2. Runners at first and third. Kraft at bat. 1 out. Dolphins appear to be looking to turn the play here to get out of the inning.
Oh, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
This pitch is popped straight up. Nathan calling for it, and that's going to be 2 outs. So just what he needed there, Chris.
Yeah, nobody tagging up there on that one. Not the best idea, especially when it's an infield fly ball. So
Definitely not. I don't even think Usain Bolt could have tagged up on that and been safe. And now it's going to bring up Nick Legato, the shortstop. Also 0 for 1 today.
Now, Ryan, you're in the position to get out of this inning. Even more so. Put him away here.
This ball is hit to Nathan. Nathan flips over to Vertney, and that's going to do it. The inning is over, and the score remains the same, 1-0. Good job there by Kevin Ryan to work out of some first and third trouble right there in the leadoff double. And the score remains 1-0 as the Dolphins get ready to come to bat in the bottom of the third right here on CSI Sportsnet.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his
I
backpack.
can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
And we are back here at the College of Staten Island campus as Salvatore Trancucci, the Dolphins catcher, steps to the plate here, ready to face Guerrero. And Fernando Guerrero's first pitch is in there, and it's called a ball. And we are experiencing some scoreboard difficulties at this point, so we will definitely be keeping you posted on that. Hope to get that fixed as soon as possible. But for now, we'll update you on the count, and the count is 2-0. Three-0 count here to Trancucci. Surely he won't be swinging. That's taken low for a ball, so 4 straight pitches, and he's on board with a leadoff walk, and that's going to bring Nick Falcone to the plate. Falcone is really having a strong start to the season so far. He's batting .350, and he scored 6 times. Oh, he's looking to bunt. So obviously CSI looking to play small ball here, Chris, to just get the runner over and tie the game up at all costs.
Yeah, not the worst idea. I mean, you got no outs. Why not get the guy over in scoring position over at second? Falcone seems to be faring well this season, and honestly, not a bad idea by the Dolphins.
Trancucci getting a nice lead over at first. Guerrero not paying him much attention, and he's looking to bunt again. That bunt is down the first base line. Guerrero picks it up, throws it low. Nice scoop over there at first base by Ricky Voss to retire the out on the speedy Falcone. But mission accomplished there for Falcone as Trancucci makes his way over to second base on the sacrifice bunt. That's going to bring up Jet Navertny. And Navertny 0 for 1 today.
Yeah, but the man in scoring position, you got to like his chances here.
Navertny rips that one through left side. We'll see if Trancucci rounds third. He's going to be held up. Good decision there. Not the fastest guy on the team. But Navertny pulls in with a single, and it's first and third with 1 out here.
Without a doubt, you don't want to lose your valuable runner in scoring position. So if he doesn't seem to have a good chance of getting home, you might as well keep him there at third and just hope for a single here and to tie this game up.
That's going to bring Anthony DeMarco up here. Anthony DeMarco, 1 for 1 today. Another hit here. Obviously brings in a run, Chris, and that's what the Dolphins want to see.
Yeah, DeMarco already with a hit on the day, so he definitely looks to keep that roll going. Bring that average up, really. But you don't want to make any wrong decisions here. Ground ball to second or to shortstop could just really shut down the morale here. So want to be careful and not biting on any bad pitches.
That pitch is taken for a strike. And that pitch is taken for a ball. So 1-1 here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. Navertny on first, taking a nice lead, and Trancucci over at third. Navertny runs. The throw is high, but the tag is applied. He's out, and the throw home is not a good one, so Trancucci does cross the plate. However, Navertny is thrown out stealing, but Trancucci scores, and the game is now tied 1-1.
And just as I said before, not too long ago, about what the Gothic Knights are trying to do. They had first and third, 1 out, and they sent a man running over to second. And I said that if you're going to take that chance of getting the runner out at second, you're forgetting about the man at third coming home. So well done by the Dolphins of executing that.
2 outs now as that pitch is taken outside for a ball. You surprised that they would try that with Trancucci, though, who is not the fastest person on the team, Chris.
Well, he definitely barely made it. So, I mean,
a good throw definitely would have had him, I believe. And that pitch is taken for a called strike 3 on DeMarco. But the game is now tied up as Navertny is thrown out stealing, but the throw home to get Trancucci at the plate is not a good one, and he scores. And the game is tied 1-1 as we head to the 4th inning. We'll be right back here on CSI Sportsnet.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the
Nah, gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward.
And we are back here as Ryan's ready to deliver the pitch to Pena, who has already been on base with a double today. He then stole third, and he later came across to score. And the outfield is shifting towards right center here. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. So, Chris, some interesting, risky base running there in the last inning by the Dolphins. And that was definitely the key to their success in being able to have the runner across the plate as Trancucci came around to score. And this pitch by Ryan is taken outside for ball 2.
Well, definitely a great idea by the Dolphins as DeMarco ends up striking out there. So, you think about it, they don't make that call for the base runners to steal second, to steal home. They don't get any runs at all. So
this ball is fouled back, and I think most times the team would always sacrifice an out for a run.
Right. No, and like you were saying before, someone was going to be safe on that play. So you definitely rather the man be safe at home. And the Gothic Knights did a poor job of recognizing the situation that they were in as they tried to pull the same stunt on the Dolphins. So well done by CSI.
Ryan's 2-1 pitch is taken low, and it's now a 3-1 count. The 3-1 pitch from Ryan is hit to left field. Falcone giving chase. Few steps from the fence, but he makes the catch. Good play there, sticking with it with the sun. And just at that point, the wind started to blow a little bit as well. But Pena, who we've seen already is a very dangerous batter in this lineup, is retired. 1 away for the Dolphins here, and that's going to bring the second baseman, Matt Corsi, to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today with an RBI. He did bring in Pena last time he batted. So 1 out here in the 4th. Ryan looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Getting set to deliver to Corsi. Getting the sign here from Trancucci. And that pitch is low. So 1-0 count here on the batter. Ryan up to 50 pitches so far today. Overall, a pretty good performance. 1 run. And this ball is hit into left center field. The fielder's giving chase, but that's going to fall between them. Corsi rounding first, heading for second. The throw not in time. He is in there with a double. So once again, for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Gothic Knights do have a double here. And runner is in scoring position, and now batting is Ricky Voss. Ricky Voss 0 for 1 today. Has made a good amount of defensive plays over there at first, though. That has certainly helped his team out. Ryan now working from the stretch. We'll see if the runner's looking to take off. Takes a big lead. First pitch is low for a ball. Runner stays put. One out here. Corsi taking a big lead. Fakes going, gets back. That ball is thrown away, so definitely got to Ryan there. He might have saw him taking off. And now the runner is over at third on that pass ball. And it's now a great situation here for the Gothic Knights to take advantage. So runner on third here with 1 out, and Voss looking to get him in, and the infield is in once again for the Dolphins. This ball is hit foul right towards the dugout of the Gothic Knights.
Well, you want to keep control of the ball. Don't want any more wild pitches because another wild pitch could actually send the runner third home.
That is for sure. We've seen that happen many times to and against the Dolphins this season so far at home. That pitch is swung on and missed. Now a 2-2 count to the batter. Ryan looking to work around trouble once again here in the 4th inning. That pitch is hit into center field. Castiglione making his way towards it, and he drops it. Tough play there, but the runner is going to score. And Voss rounding second on his way to third. We'll see if that's ruled a hit or an error. Tough play either way. But nonetheless, the Gothic Knights take the lead once again, Chris. And it's now 2-1 on that big hit towards right center field.
Yeah, definitely not the easiest play to make for Castiglione. Tracking the ball down, you try to get an early jump on any fly ball that's hit your way, but, what a great job by Castiglione to just make that effort, but unfortunately he was unsuccessful.
And that hit is ruled a triple by Voss, so nice piece of hitting there, and once again, the wind may have played a bit of a factor here in keeping that ball in the air as long as it was, and lots of ground to cover out there in center field. And now that's going to bring Mike Albunya to the plate as he fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Albunya is 0 for 1 in the day. Infield is in once again for the Dolphins.
Well, Mike Voss at third. Albunya definitely looking to bring him home.
And that ball is hit towards Navertny, who throws it home. Trancucci does not get the tag down in time. Navertny's throw is a little high as Trancucci had to bend down to make the tag, and Voss goes right through his legs to slide in safely, and that's going to go down as an RBI infield hit from Mike Albunya.
Well, now you got the runner in scoring position out of the way. Now you're back to square one where you got a man on first, one out, and here comes Palmisano.
Palmisano already 1 for 1 today. Looking to add on that. And what I've noticed, Chris, so far in this game is every time that the Gothic Knights have a runner on, they're taking big leads, they're stealing bases, or they're faking steals, and it seems to be getting to Kevin Ryan as he has to pay a lot of attention to the base runners. And we saw earlier, as this pitch is taken outside for a ball, that there's a wild pitch that went to the backstop and allowed the runners to move up. So, good job by the Gothic Knights of getting into Kevin Ryan's head here.
Well, definitely. I couldn't agree with you more, Nick. He's been throwing it so far down to first that now his pitches are going wide right most of the time as he throws a strike there. But, definitely a great job by the Gothic Knights getting inside the head of Kevin Ryan and making sure that he focuses on them instead of the batter.
And it's now a 1-2 count with one out here. So look at the runners again. But you see, Chris. It's hard to see in our camera angle here, but they're faking the steal, making about 3 or 4 strides, and then hitting the brakes and turning back. And Ryan, as a lefty, it's right there, right in his face. He could see that right before he delivers the pitch. And there he goes, taking off. The throw by Trancucci is a little towards the right. Navertny grabs it, but the runner, Albunya, is able to slide in there right underneath it. And like we were just saying, Chris, they're looking to run, and it's certainly working.
Oh, and I got to tell you now he's actually in scoring position, so he's not just playing games anymore on first. He's actually made his way to second, so that's got to do something to Kevin Ryan.
Now, Palmisano with a single will likely bring Albunya in. Fouls that one away.
And maybe you think that the Gothic Knights are trying to get back at the Dolphins, for putting up a run with their base running, and now the Knights doing just the same and trying to score a run the same way. So they've already scored 2 more runs this inning just based off of wild pitches and a couple of good hits, but base running is the key to put yourself in the position to score too. So definitely a good job on both sides.
Trancucci just went out to the mound to talk to Ryan. Perhaps they went over how to handle the base runners here.
And it seems as if we definitely have a much nicer crowd now today. Fans definitely coming out to see Dolphins perform. Weather, like we said, is much nicer.
And Ryan throws back to second. So obviously, like we've been mentioning all inning, the base running is definitely in Ryan's head right now, and it might be hurting him when it comes to delivering those pitches.
Well, he almost missed the throw there to second. It was a little bit of a chopper, so just be thankful that shortstop Andrew Nathan or second base Jet Navertny was there to make the play.
And that's what Ryan needed there. Big strikeout there as Palmisano is going to go head back to the bench on that strikeout. And there's now 2 away here as Leo Colon, the left fielder, comes to the plate for the Gothic Knights.
Well, yeah, nothing's too crazy yet. Knights haven't pulled away. They're only up by 2, so just get out of this inning and let your team get back into this game.
Pitches taken high for a ball, and as we saw yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader, and even in the first, the Dolphins, they can put up runs. So if they could hold the Gothic Knights to 3 runs right here, they should have no problem getting those bats going.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely putting up 12 or more runs yesterday and showing that they can actually use their bats. So look forward to seeing that happen, hopefully today against the Gothic Knights, or else, like we've seen before, the Knights can pull away and the Dolphins could fall behind. But, just keeping control of your fielding your base running and bringing those runners home, as we've stressed so much.
This ball is popped up, and it's going to go right over Ryan's head. Nobody's covering first, as Lozado has to come over to get that. And now we have runners on first and third. 2 outs.
Just miscommunication on the Dolphins' part between Navertney and Ryan and the first baseman, Anthony Lozado, where, you just got to make sure you call the ball. I mean, that's a routine infield fly ball. So just to not make a play on that and get out of the inning there is just huge, because now you have a runner at third base, 1 step closer to getting home.
And now Tom Pulsine, the leadoff batter, is going to come up to the plate. Pulsine, in his first at-bat, was retired. In his second plate appearance, he walked.
And we definitely don't want to see a walk here. I mean, that would load the bases up and just create even more scoring opportunities for the Gothic Knights here.
Taking off and heading to second, and they got him in a rundown. Nathan misses the tag. Wow, and Albunya, he did not move there. You saw the Dolphins do that before, where the throws to second and the run on third took off from home. But it does work out for the Gothic Knights, as now they have a runner on second and third.
Well, I mean, that's definitely much riskier than what the Dolphins and the Knights had done before, where they sent the runner over with 2 outs, where they didn't have a life to spare there. So, definitely risky business by the Knights.
Ryan's 0-2 pitch is in there for a called strike 3, so he gets out of the inning there, limiting the damage to 2 runs. Could have been a lot worse there with second and third right now. And going into the 5th inning, New Jersey City University leads the Staten Island College 3-1. We'll be back right after this, heading into the...
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
How much is time? And we are back here at the College of Staten Island campus as New Jersey City leads Staten Island 3-1. First pitch is taken for a strike. Castiglione takes the next pitch for a ball. So 1-1 here for Dominic Castiglione. That ball is blooped to the right side over the second baseman's head. That's gonna fall in for a single for Castiglione. And that's the start that the Dolphins needed here as they look to tie the game up. Good job there by Castiglione. Looping that one over to the right side. Right where nobody could catch it. Nathan now coming to the plate. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. And the pitch. Check swing there, but he went through. That's strike 1. Guerrero set to deliver the 0-1 pitch. And Nathan takes a big hack there. Unable to make contact. 0-2.
Well, you definitely don't want to do too much here. Just get on base. You got no outs. So just maybe get a little bit of a run here.
And Nathan hits that one over to the shortstop. Flipped over to second. Turns it. Throw to first. Not in time. So Castiglione is retired at second as Legato was able to flip that one over to Corsi. But Nathan legs it out and does reach base. And now Nick Miola is going to come to the plate.
Well, definitely a lot better situation than having 2 outs there, Nick.
Miola pops that one up.
Unless.
And the shortstop, Nick Legato, calls for it and makes the catch. So 2 outs already now after the leadoff hit. And it's going to be up to Anthony Lozado here to keep the inning going.
Well, Lozado definitely in a good position to do so. So it's been great so far. Let's see if he can, get back to the player he was yesterday.
Lozado takes the first pitch low for a ball. So 1-0 count here with 2 outs and Nathan on first base. Guerrero set to deliver the pitch. And wow. So Nathan was taking a bit of a big lead there. And the catcher, Palmisano, decided to throw it down to Voss. Great play there by Voss to save that throw from heading into right field. Not a great throw by Palmisano. And if that ball goes by Voss, Nathan is on third base right now.
Yeah, definitely a great play by Voss because, you get Nathan into scoring position and just give unnecessary life to the Dolphins when you have 2 outs here at the bottom of the 4th.
Guerrero's 3-0 pitch here to Lozado is inside. Ball 4. Oh, late call there by the umpire. That from up here looked like it was a ball. Lozado thought it was a ball. The Dolphins, the whole dugout thought it was a ball, but the umpire calls it a strike. So it's now 3-1. And now Lozado takes a big hack, and it's swung on a miss. 3-2 count here.
Well, wouldn't be surprised if, you see Nathan going here. It's full count, 2 outs.
He's definitely going to take off. It's a smart thing to do. Here comes the pitch. There goes Nathan. And Lozado hits it to short, so he can't go to second base. Shortstop bobbles it again. And Lozado's going to get in there. That's certainly going to be an error on the shortstop, Nick Legato. And the Dolphins now have a runner on first and second here with 2 outs. And the DH, John Pomerico, is coming to the plate.
Bad play by Nick Legato. You got the chance to get out of this inning, and now you got 2 runners on base. Just unable to stay with it, and could have done a much better job at handling that play.
Absolutely, and you have to think maybe Nathan taking off got to him because he would have obviously went to second for the short throw. But then he tried to rush to throw to first. And he was unable to, and this ball is popped up super, super high in the air. The catcher calling for it, and he drops it. So lucky for the Dolphins there that Anthony Palmisano was unable to hang on to that one.
Yeah, the Dolphins definitely catching some breaks here. First, the bobbled ball by Lagone, and now Palmisano drops a short-handed fly ball. And Pomerico here just looking to take advantage of those mishaps and put some runs up.
Pomerico takes this pitch inside for a ball. 1-1 count here, 2 outs. Lozado on first, Nathan on second. This pitch is taken for a called strike. 1-2 now on the batter, Pomerico. Pomerico fouls it on off into the parking lot.
But you got to think here, Nick. You got 2 men on, 2 out. Definitely don't want to send anybody on this one now. I mean, unless it's full count, so.
And Pomerico fouls that one off to the left side.
But you got a chance. You got the tying run on first and the leading run at the plate here. So you definitely want to take advantage and get on base and not go away with 2 runners on here.
Pomerico swings and misses. That's going to end the inning here. Dolphins did show some life there, getting some runners on, helped by errors, but they aren't able to get any runs across the board. And at the end of the inning, it still remains SJCU 3, CSI 1. We'll be back right after this.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his
I
backpack.
can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
And we are back here as the center fielder number 2, Jesse Kraft, steps to the plate. First pitch is taken for a ball. Kraft 0 for 2 today.
Definitely don't want to see any more runs here, Nick. You know, down by 2. Definitely like to see what happened in the first inning happen again here in the top of the 5th. Just 3 in, 3 out. Bring your team back up to the plate and try and make a comeback.
Ryan looking to get settled in here and pitch beyond this inning, hopefully. He's up to 75 pitches right now. We do see someone in the Dolphins bullpen beginning to stretch, so you have to wonder how much longer Ryan is going to be in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you're five innings in, you know, throwing 70 pitches. That left arm's got to be getting a little tired as he throws another one into the dirt. But, you know, looking towards what he's done so far, you know, he's only allowed 3 runs when, you know, he averages allowing 7 runs a game. So, you know, it's definitely a better performance by Ryan here today as opposed to what he's done in the past. So I definitely compliment Ryan and getting back to becoming a good pitcher and, you know, really taking a little bit more control of the game.
This pitch is hit to DeMarco over third. Able to play it, throws it over to Lozado. Throw is in time, 1 away. So good job there by DeMarco to play that ball and make a perfect throw over to Lozado. And Ryan up to 80 pitches now. Definitely appreciates that.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. There's 1 away, Don't want to allow any walks, any easy hits, Just want to make sure you get into this game and make sure to get the Gothic Knights out of this game.
That ball is hit to the right side. See if that's playable. It is. And put away by Nick Miola. Makes the catch. 2 outs here. So far, a good quick inning for Ryan. And looks like he'll probably make his way back out to the mound next inning with this performance in this inning.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it definitely depends on how he handles the situation here against Juan Pena, who, as we can remember, doubled way back when in the second inning. So, make sure you get out of this one here because Pena can be dangerous, and definitely don't want to see him get back on base because we all remember what happened when he was on second, started off with the first run, and
we know he has speed. He stole third very easily.
Right.
Takes the pitch, and it's now 2-0. So a very favorable count here for Pena, who we've already seen has a lot of power.
But just looking back into CSI's defensive side, and, games usually have gotten way more out of hand as that's foul back.
Pena fouls off into the, almost hit a young fan out there. They're certainly looking for a foul ball. Unable to grab that one, though. And Ryan getting set here for this pitch. And as you mentioned earlier, good amount of fans here today. 52 degrees today, sunny, cool. The wind not too crazy right now as Ryan delivers the pitch. In fact, the parking lot is packed. It was really tough to even get a spot here today.
Yeah, I would agree so. I mean, it's good news to see that the fans are coming out to support the Dolphins, and, with good reason. They had a great performance yesterday to end off the day. And now they've seemed to be faring well today as well. So, not out of it right now. They're only down by 2 runs. And usually, due to the way the season is played out so far, I mean, they'd usually be down by 6 or 7 runs by now.
And Ryan walks the batter Pena. So we're going to have Pena on, who we know could cause havoc on the base paths. But there is 2 outs, and it's going to bring Mac Horsey to the plate. He's already 2 for 2 today with an RBI.
And that RBI, I believe, was actually indeed Pena. So, you definitely don't want to see history repeat itself here. So, get out of this inning, Ryan. Do whatever you can.
And we've seen the Gothic Knights take risks on the base pass at 2 outs. So we'll see if Pena's taking off here. First pitch is low for a ball, but Pena is getting a really big lead here. See if he takes off on the next pitch.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ryan usually starting off his count most of the time with that outside moving pitch to really, set the tone.
And there goes Pena. Throws it to Lozado, and Lozado just can't get out of his glove, and he does not get the throw over there to Nathan in time. And Pena, as we just talked about, can wreak havoc on the base paths, and he's in there with a stolen base.
Just like that, he's back on second. And we've got the same situation, and it's almost as if it's deja vu here in the 5th.
I would not be surprised here if Pena, if he sees he can get a good jump, I wouldn't be surprised if he's taken off for third.
And any other given situation, that's a rundown, but Pena with his speed, moving over to second with ease.
Yeah, I mean, by the time that Lozado got the ball from Ryan, Pena was already 65, 70 feet from first base. And by the time Lozado got the ball out of his glove, he was in there.
There he goes.
There he goes, and he's safe. Not even close. Pena, I mean, he was reminding me a lot of myself back in the day. I would be running like crazy, but With the way Pena's playing today, if he gets on first, it's basically guaranteed he's going to be on third at the next pitch or two.
Well, nothing much more you could do about that now, as you can just really only hope to focus on the situation you have at hand here with Matt Corsi at second base and second baseman, and just taking care of him because there's really no handling Pena on the base pads.
We'll see what he takes off for home, but I doubt it. Swing and a miss. Obviously, anything in the dirt, though, he's definitely going to take off. Anything gets past the catcher, Trancucci, and the Dolphins now have some movement in the bullpen as Eric Benedetto, the freshman, 6'3" left-hander from Port Richmond High School, is warming up. Ryan's pitch in the dirt.
Yet again, those pitches are going into the dirt, but nice job by Trancucci, making sure that none of those pitches go by him because, as we've seen, Pena will take off for home, and that'll just be up another run for NJCU and another run down.
3-2 pitch is strike three. Called strike three, so good job there by Kevin Ryan to get out of the inning, despite Pena running all over the diamond there. And we'll see if he comes back for the next inning. As we did mention, someone is warming up for the Dolphins. But the Dolphins will now come to bat, looking to tie it once again and take the lead. We'll be back for the bottom of the fifth inning on CSI Sportsnet.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Whoa, 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 whoa. Can you feel the sun?
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms.
Low pitch count, 54 pitches so far, has really settled in.
We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms.
0-1 counts here.
Picking a college.
So Trancucci up to the plate here. 1-1 count. And that pitch is hit toward the right side, but that's going to be foul into the stands.
And we can, recall just before the inning ended, Trancucci being one of the main reasons as if...
That ball is swung on and missed, but it's in the dirt. The catcher, Palmisano's throw. Not in time. So Trancucci, he has no hits today, but yeah, he's on base twice. And... you know what? A walk and now a strikeout where he gets on base. The Dolphins will take that because it's another runner on base, and that's what they need at this point in the game.
And it's exactly what I was about to get into. Was Trancucci one of the main reasons as if CSI didn't give up any runs last inning, just making sure keeping control of those pitches down in the dirt, and Palmisano unable to do so. Ball rolls back to the cage and back to the wall, and Trancucci takes first. On a strikeout.
Falcone showing bunt on the first pitch, showing bunt again, and he bunts it foul. So now it's 1-1. And we saw this earlier where Falcone bunted Trancucci over.
Yeah, absolutely. And, not the worst idea to try it again. Dolphins have time to get back into this game, but you don't want to wait too long.
Falcone not showing bunt here. takes the ball for a strike. Third baseman backing up now, no longer playing in for the bunt. Guerrero set the pitch, and he fouls that one off to the right. I thought Guerrero balked there because he lifted his leg, and he came down, put it down, and then he lifted it again, which should have been a balk. So Trancucci should be on second right now. And that ball drills Falcone right in the back, or the hand rather, and that hurts. He's in a lot of pain right now. You could see that. The coach is going to check on him as he walks over to first, but definitely one of the worst places to get hit would be your hand. The bone's in there, much more likely to break, and of course, you have to use your hands a lot in the game of baseball, catch the ball and to swing the bat and to throw the ball. So not a good sign right now for Falcone.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be shaking it off. I mean, it definitely stings for a little while. I mean, he's still bending down as he's in a lot of pain as training staff walks over.
Trainer is running over to him. Falcone, he's trying to shake it off, trying to be, tough it out, but anytime you get hit in the hand, there is a rather large chance that it is broken, especially when the ball is being thrown 80+ miles per hour right at it.
Yeah, with no kind of protection, and it's just right there, ball to bone. So, it's.
So while they check on Falcone, maybe we'll step aside here. We'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll give you an update on what is going on right after this.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
And we are back here. Falcone is going to stay in the game as Jet Navertny steps to the plate here. Runner at first is playing in, expecting a bunt, but I'm not sure Navertny would be one to bunt. But he does show a bunt here, and Palmisano catches it, throws it back to second, but Trancucci is able to get back into there as Palmisano's throw bounced over to the shortstop, but Legato is able to play that.
Umpire keeping a close eye on that one as Trancucci barely got back to second base.
First baseman playing in again. In fact, interesting alignment here. And if you notice, Chris, the first baseman for NJCU, Ricky Voss, is playing second base right now, and the second baseman,
just give you a quick look
Matt
at it there.
Corsi, is playing first base, and he's charging it for the bunt. So perhaps they don't want Voss charging in because he's lefty to turn and throw. This is not something you see every day.
Yeah, Ricky Voss definitely playing in and, having Matt Corsi back him up over there. But
actually, Corsi's playing in. Corsi's moving over to first right now. Ricky Voss is now at second base. And that is bunted foul.
And,
and now they're going to switch back. So Corsi is moving back to second base, and Ricky Voss is playing first base again.
Of course, he was so close to Palmisano they could almost, shake hands.
Guerrero ready to deliver again. And Navertny hits it to shortstop. Navertny hustling there. He's out at second, and he's safe at first. Good play there by Ricky Voss to stop that ball from going past him. However, Falcone is out at second, and we have Navertny at first, and Trancucci at third. And Chris, do you remember what happened the last time these two guys were at first and third? Navertny took off for second base, was thrown out, but a poor throw to the plate, and Trancucci was able to score.
I mean, yeah, let's see if they end up trying the same situation again. Maybe the Gothic Knights have learned from that situation, but, as Anthony DeMarco steps up to the plate, you definitely like to see him get another hit on the day and bring one of these runners home and bring home Trancucci.
And that ball goes past the catcher, Palmisano. Trancucci coming very slowly. He's going to be caught in a rundown. He probably should have stayed put. Navertny's on second. Trancucci knocks the ball loose, and it goes to left field. Wow. But the shortstop Good job there by Legato to get over there to play that one. That could have been terrible for both teams. I mean, Trancucci should have been thrown out there, and then good job there by Legato.
And while all that was happening, Nick, Jet Novertny ends up advancing to second, and now you have 2 runners in scoring position with one man out, and DeMarco's got a perfect chance. If I was DeMarco, I'd be shooting for right field all day and give those runners a chance to come home.
Guerrero ready to pitch, and that ball is hit into right field. That might be enough for Trancucci to tag. Slow runner here. Trancucci comes, and he decides to not go. Maybe he should have. The throw to Palmisano was not on line. And now it's runner on second and third. But here's the out. So, unfortunately there, we have 2 outs as DeMarco is not able to get the runner in.
Yeah, let's see if Castiglione can make it happen. I mean, you got 2 runners in scoring position, the tying run on second base, and you definitely don't want to see it go to waste. You definitely want to take advantage of at least one of the runners there on third base and bring Trancucci home. I mean, he's had a little rough time running the bases.
Guerrero, I don't know what's going on. The umpires are not calling. Every time he's coming set here, watch as you're watching. His front leg comes up, goes down, and then he gets set again. That should be a walk.
But, Castiglione, taking a called strike there, you definitely want to be aggressive. You got the infield playing a little bit back over there by second base and first, but Voss and Corsi definitely playing a little bit further back, respecting Castiglione.
Castiglione hits it to left, and that ball is caught out there, and that's going to do it. A nice catch by Leo Colon. Dolphins do get runners on second and third, but they are unable to capitalize as the score remains New Jersey City 3, Staten Island 1. We'll head to the top of the 6th.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Can you feel the sun?
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms.
We are back here on CSI Sportsnet as the Dolphins trail 3-1. A new pitcher on the mound for the Dolphins, Eric Benedetto. We saw him warming up before. He's in the game now, and his first pitch is up and in, ball 1.
Sticking with the lefty here, though, Nick. What's your take on that?
Very smart. Lots of lefties in the lineup here for the Gothic Knights.
Yeah, definitely as I, ended up going into the wrong direction there by saying that, it was an advantage for the Gothic Knights here. But actually, necessarily, it's a disadvantage due to the fact that it's much harder for a lefty hitter to go up against a lefty pitcher.
And you do have to wonder, though, as Benedetto is coming and throwing 3 straight balls, if this was the right person to bring in. He's been in 3 games so far this season. He's 0-1, and his ERA is 18. So perhaps he's in here because of all the lefties. Otherwise, maybe just some other pitchers are, as a strike, are unavailable today due to the doubleheader.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan was looking pretty good. I mean, he definitely would get himself into situations, but he'd get out of them. And, only allowed 3 runs.
And that's a walk right there. So not the start they're looking for.
No, absolutely not. And, only getting 1 strike out of that.
And so far this season, in 4 innings pitched, 4 innings pitched, and then right now, 8 walks already on the season. So control's been an issue for Eric, but obviously been very cold here, so weather always plays a factor. So maybe that it's warmer now, he'll be able to bounce back. And this pitch is taken for a ball. And that's in there for a strike. So Albunya is up to the plate here. He's being patient after the walk, which was just issued to Ricky Voss. Albunya calls for time here and steps out of the box.
Well, we haven't really seen much action here yet in the past couple innings. I mean, ever since, the third, really hasn't been much going on. It's just been a lot of base running, really. A lot of chase downs and, do you think that, maybe both teams step away from that and just get back to the basics and just start hitting and bringing runners home rather than playing games on the bases?
I think the games on the bases have actually helped both teams so far because that has led to their runs. And this pitch is outside ball 3, and Benedetto is having some trouble finding the strike zone right now.
But just going back really to, our discussion where, base running, yes, it has been beneficial for both teams, resulting in definitely over 1 run. But, maybe both sides are aware of what they're trying to do. So maybe try to mix it up in this next half of the game and, just go for a different approach here.
Benedetto's pitch is low, ball 4. So back-to-back walks here for Eric Benedetto to get things started.
And that's definitely not what you call, getting things started. You don't want to start off with no outs, 2 men on, and a lot of, I wouldn't say wild pitches, but definitely away from the strike zone. And,
And we're going to have some sort of meeting over here by the first base dugout. I don't know what the Gotham Knights could possibly be discussing. If I had to guess, because the other base runners are there, and their batter, they're looking to steal, Chris. They want to run around the bases, especially if Benedetto's throwing some high pitches.
Well, it looks like they're not drifting away. Maybe they're going for a different approach. Who knows? But they're definitely giving the Dolphins a
And now the
look.
Dolphins are going to have a mound visit here. Perhaps it's to buy some time for the bullpen to get somebody down there and loose. And also, I'm sure in this meeting right now, other than just saying, relax, throw strikes, they have to be talking about the Gothic Knights' ability to run the bases.
Yeah, absolutely. Might be saying that, okay, obviously they've been stealing all day. They've obviously been jumping on and off the bases. But, you really want to get focused back to, Benedetto throwing strikes because, if he doesn't do that, the Gothic Knights really won't have to do anything to make themselves score. All they have to do is just sit back, relax, and take the walks. So hopefully Benedetto could start throwing strikes here, or else the hole's just going to get bigger and bigger for the Dolphins.
Oh, we just got I believe the umpire made some sort of signal, maybe perhaps a warning to both benches. I'm not sure what that would be about. Anyway, we're getting set here as Palmisano is tying his shoe and Benedetto is tying his cleat. It's all tied up and Benedetto is ready to go. And we'll see if the Gothic Knights are getting ready to run. You might see a bunt here to extend the lead. Yep, and there it
goes.
is. He's getting ready to bunt. And that is a ball. First pitch right there.
Well, I guess that was part of the coach's plan over on NJCU's side where, just bunt. You got no outs, 2 men on. You want to move those both of those runners over into scoring position rather than just have one.
Palmisano showing bunt again, and that ball is thrown back to second. Oh, that was a close one there. Good job there by Nathan applying that tag after Trancucci's throw.
Well, that was definitely another close one. I mean,
yeah, Voss was lucky to get back there at second.
Well, it seems as if, they're going to keep with the base running strategy, and it's going to be the battle of the base runners here. So whoever does it better really will come out on top in this situation. That's what I can take from what's going on in this game.
And now Palmisano takes the pitch for ball. So 3-0 count here. He's not going to be swinging. And if Benedetto walks 3 straight batters that he faces to enter the game here, the Dolphins need to get somebody warming up quickly in the bullpen.
I would have started warming up already there, Nick. I don't know why they haven't done so. I mean,
and that pitch is thrown right over the plate, right down the middle. Nice and slow there, but he had to get the strike, and he knew Palmisano was not going to be swinging. Palmisano looking at his card on his... I've never seen that before. He pulled the card out of his pocket. I don't know if he had his scouting report or something, but that was interesting, and he's ready for the 3-1 pitch. And that's in the dirt, ball 4. Trancucci can't even find the ball. The runner stops at third. He could have possibly scored. We have bases loaded here, Chris, after 3 straight walks just to enter the game. As I mentioned earlier, Benedetto has had trouble with the walks all season, and still no sign of any action in the Dolphins bullpen. I'm very surprised.
Nick Miola almost, went for home there, but the third base coach, very wise to hold him up and to not take that chance where you have no outs. Benedetto's been just throwing balls all day, and, why not just let him keep doing that and just bring it, like I was saying before and stressing on it, just let him make the mistakes and let him throw the bad pitches.
And now we see some action heading in the bullpen. Looks like number 10, Daniel Garcia, the freshman pitcher from the Bronx, is going to get loose. Benedetto, 2 straight balls to start this at-bat, and you do not want to see him walking this bad. That's going to be an RBI.
Here we go again.
Infield is in for CSI. Colon at the plate, 1 for 2 today. Swings and misses. That ball gets past Trancucci, but it was a roll of foul tip, so the runners will stay where they are.
And you got to think, is there any regret of taking Ryan out of this game? Because now you take a look and you got bases loaded and no men out, which is definitely not the best situation to be in right now.
And that pitch is in there for a strike, 2-2. And wow, if there's ever a situation where you really need to strike out, that's right now for Benedetto.
Yeah, definitely to get some confidence up here. I mean, maybe that him taking a look over to his right and seeing that someone's in the bullpen warming up may give him some fire.
And now he hits the batter, Colon. That's going to bring in a run. Very wild, Benedetto, right now. Having a lot of trouble controlling his pitches.
Yeah, I'd do anything to get him off this mound right now. It's definitely not looking as the coach is calling him over and
seeing if he's ready down there.
But definitely want to get Benedetto out of this game right away. As you said, his ERA is 18, so I don't know if this is the best choice bringing him into the game when it's close. And now things really going to possibly might get out of hand for CSI.
And here comes head coach Michael Morrow. Looks like he's going to make the pitching change. We'll let you know. If they do, we'll head to break, and then we will come right back with a new pitcher. So here comes the pitching change. Benedetto comes in, walks 3 batters, hits another, run scores, bases loaded, nobody out. When we come back, Daniel Garcia into the game to pitch for the Dolphins, trying to get out of this crazy jam.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive.
never give up till they buckle up.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
And we are back here at the College of Staten Island campus as the Dolphins trail 4-1. The Gothic Knights, bases loaded right now. Nobody out. 3 straight walks, a hit by pitch to bring the runner in. And on the mound now for the Dolphins, Chris, is Daniel Garcia. He comes into today with a 1-1 record. And he has also struggled so far this season. 11.17 ERA in 9.2 innings. He's given up 17 hits and 12 earned runs with 5 base on balls. So we'll see right now as he's kind of thrown to the fire if he can get out of this terrible situation the Dolphins have found themselves in.
Yeah, well, he's not in a good situation to bring that ERA down. But, most of the time, we take a look at the CSI pitching lineup and, all of them with an ERA that we've talked about over 7. So, most of it's not mainly their fault. Benedetto definitely not showing that he was doing the best he could, throwing walk after walk. But as Garcia takes them out with 0 outs and 3 men on, so, you definitely look for Garcia to turn things around for the Dolphins and get back and get out of this inning, which could turn out and really open up the floodgates to a point where the Dolphins might not be able to come back.
And into the plate for NJCU is Tom Pulsine. And he is almost hit. Ball 1. Pulsine has been the driving force behind the NJCU offense so far. Coming to today, he was leading the team in batting with a .481 average. He had 13 hits, 11 runs, and 17 total bases, and those are all team leads. He also had a .630 slugging percentage and a .615 on-base percentage, also team leads. So he has been the guy that they have wanted up with runners in scoring position, and right now he's up with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Well, you take a look at the other side of the batter. For CSI, you take a look at their leading hitters. You got Castiglione and Navertney really with .480 for Castiglione and .436 batting averages coming into this game. Both leading in runs scored with 12 for Navertney.
And we just had a balk. Unbelievable here. Garcia's called for a balk, and I've been saying all game that Guerrero should have been called for a balk multiple times. And now the umpire decides, okay, I'm going to call a balk on CSI. I don't know what is going on out there. I didn't see anything there that would have justified a balk. Nonetheless, it's called a balk. Another runner crosses the plate here. Now Pulsine has a runner on second and third, nobody out. The infield remains in.
Yeah, and there you go, another run scored. So at least there's one man off base, but an account of scoring another run with still no men out.
And that ball is fouled up to the left side. I'm sure the Dolphins would much rather have the bases loaded right now than second and third and nobody out, because then you would have had the force at the plate. Now, to make the play at the plate, it has to be on the money and has to be a perfect tag by Trancucci.
Yeah, but getting back to the Dolphins up to the, who will hopefully be up to the plate sooner rather than later. Really look for Navertney and Castiglione to turn things around for the Dolphins and just lead the team back into it, because right now down by 4, possibly could even be down by 6 here, and it could get real ugly. So let's hope that Garcia can get them out of this inning.
Garcia, 3-1 count right now on Pulsine. And Pulsine takes a called strike. He thought it was a ball. He already tossed his bat to the on-deck circle. He was already walking towards first, but it's a strike, a 3-2 count now. Garcia really needs to try to strike him out here.
Yeah, never want to be too quick to assume. But Garcia might have lit a fire underneath Garcia. Let's see what he does here.
Garcia checking the runners. And Paulsine fouls it off.
And now here we go. He's got 2 strikes on him, and Paulsine might have been a little too quick to judge there, as he's still not out of this one yet.
Paulsine digging in. Garcia looking for the sign. Checks the runners. Paying a lot of attention to Colon on second. And that ball is taken for a ball. And that's going to be ball 4. So that's the 4th walk this inning. Bases are loaded once again. And that's going to bring Jesse Kraft, the center fielder, to the plate. And Trancucci's going to go to the mound to talk to Garcia. And we'll see here if Garcia walks somebody else. Might see some more action in the bullpen, Chris.
Maybe. Don't want to be too quick to judge because Garcia really, balk. I mean, that's just another bad start for another pitcher coming up to the mound for CSI. But he's balking, he's walking, and let's hope that, he can hopefully do more than, sorry to rhyme, but talking, and hopefully he can get this guy out and at least get one out here because it's really just gotten out of hand here for CSI.
That's in there. First strike. Kraft 0 for 3 today.
And maybe he won't have to do anything at all as well. Hey now. He's up in the count 0-2, so let's see if Garcia's finally gotten himself into a little bit of a groove.
Let's see what Garcia can do here. 0-2. Desperately needs a strikeout. Infield still on now. That pitch is high for a ball. 1-2. Nobody out. Palmisano on third. Taking a nice lead. Colon on second, and Paulsine on first. And that ball is fouled back. Oh, and that lands just a few feet in front of us, Chris. Get the glove ready.
Might just open up the window in the press box and actually try to become a lucky fan myself.
Lots of brave fans by us, though, seem unfazed by that one. So, 1-2 pitch from Garcia. And that is taken for a ball. 2-2 now.
Yeah, definitely a little bit high on that one. Good call by the ump. Count is 2-2, and, you take a look at Jesse Kraft here. 0 for 3. Maybe he won't even have to do anything as...
Another ball. Oh, no, he calls it a strike. A late call by the umpire. So the Dolphins will take that as they definitely needed that desperately. Garcia strikes him out. And now Legato's going to come to the plate. 1 out now, and the corners are going to remain in. Nathan and Navertney are going to play double play depth, and now they're 1 ground ball away from being out of this inning.
Yeah, I would say so, and I don't blame Jesse Kraft for just sitting back and looking at pitches because they've all been balls lately. I mean, the last 4 or 5 at bats have all been walks. So he's been 0 for 3. Swinging the bat really hasn't worked out for him too well today. So, sitting back and trying to get a walk isn't the worst idea, but obviously not in his favor on that one as he strikes out.
Shortstop Nick Legato to the plate, 0 for 3 today.
Same situation for Legato now, except you want to be a little bit more aggressive here. Actually has succeeded in getting it out here for Garcia, so now you definitely want to start swinging the bat and hopefully not swinging into a double play for his sake, but, giving himself a chance to get on base.
That pitch is hitting to right center field. That is most likely going to clear the bases. Rounding first and heading to second. And not stopping there. He's going to third, but the runner on third was not going. And Nathan's going to throw it home. Bad throw. And the bases are cleared onto the triple by Legato. Unbelievable there. Pulsine, Cologne, and Palmisano all come to score. Pulsine, he stopped at third on that play. And then while he was on third, he looks up. And Legato is a few feet away from him, so he had to go home. Nathan had a chance to get him, but he did not. And the throw to the plate was offline as the bases are cleared on that triple.
Well, literally cleaned up the bases. So, I mean, now we take a look at the lead, and it's
8-1.
8-1. So
this game has gotten out of hand here, and we talked so much earlier about how there's always just been that one bad inning for the Dolphins this season, and it's going to be tough to come back now from this 7-run deficit.
yeah, you only got 3 innings left to do it. So the only good part is you have the last licks.
And this is a bunt here. Runner's not going to advance. Trancucci's throw is not in time. Good scoop there by Lozado. But now we have runners on first and third with 1 out. And that was pretty surprising there because Pena, he's bunted. He bunted there. He's got a lot of power. But I can tell you something. Pena is probably taking off now for second within this first few pitches.
Pena's taking off and taking over this game, especially on the bases. I mean, he's utilized his speed in the right way. Coach has done a great job at executing that. And, you know, now I wouldn't be surprised if I see Pena on third base in the next couple of minutes.
We'll see. Pena's probably going to take over for second here. We'll see if Legata is going home on that. If not, Pena's probably going to be safe at second. Not going there. That pitch is fly back. That's going to be over our heads here in the booth. And Corsi up to the plate here. He is 2 for 3 so far today with an RBI. Garcia giving a look to Pena. It's good to pay some attention towards him. Pena not going again, and this ball is in the dirt.
Just got to get back to throwing strikes here. I mean, you know, not much you could do about Pena running the bases, but, you know, he's not really taking that much of a lead right now. I mean, he doesn't have to, but, I mean, just making sure you keep him in check and just keep your pitches in check where you start throwing strikes because you can get really exhausted out there real quick.
This pitch is swung on and missed by Corsi, 1-2. And that pitch is a ball. So 2-2 now. Set to deliver the pitch. Corsi awaits. Cologne dancing over there. He's getting ready to move. That pitch is through the left side into left field. Cologne's going to go to second. Corsi to first. And coming in to score after his triple is Nick Legato. And nobody warming up right now in the bullpen. Ricky Voss now coming to the plate. Pena on second. Corsi on first.
Pena surprisingly not taking any bases yet, not taking any chances where, you know, he could advance to third with ease, but I think CSI has become a little bit more aware of that.
Perhaps with the 8-run lead, he's going to take it easy the rest of the game.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's no real reason to really go after it, and I mean, I would say it's safe to say that he's done enough for the Knights here, but you know, it's crazy to see that CSI back in this situation again, down by 8 runs. We've seen them pull it out before, and we've seen them score more than 8 or 9 runs, especially last game, which they scored 12 or 13 runs yesterday, and they can do just that if they're given the opportunity, but they're unable to do so today. And let's see if they can really wipe out the performance that they've had the past couple of innings and just get back to scoring and getting runs on the scoreboard here, or else don't want to say it's over when it's over, but they keep playing the way they're playing, and it's just going to be a win for the Gothic Knights.
1-2 count here. Garcia looking for the double play ball to get him out of the inning. Voss at the plate, 1 for 2 today with an RBI. That pitch is taken high for a ball. Colon on second, taking the lead. Pena on second, taking the lead. And Corsi on first, taking a big lead as well. And that's going to go as a strikeout. So, big strikeout there as rookie Voss is retired on the 3rd strike. And that's going to bring up Mike Albunia, the DH.
Well, there you go. That's a good job by Garcia, getting the strikeout here and good moving pitch. And as Albunia steps up to the plate and, just want to get Albunia out of here and, just get out of this inning. To be honest with you, it's been, all Gothic Knights.
And that ball is hit into right field. That's going to drop in front of the right fielder, Miola. Miola throws it in. But Pena, super fast, easily scores from second. And sliding into third safely is Corsi, and it's first and third on the RBI single by Albunia.
Well, it's going to take one heck of a rally for CSI to get back into this one as, the Gothic Knights seem to see no signs of stopping, even with 2 outs, as Albunia, just a little drop off into right field, which could just be a single, but as we've seen now, it actually led into an RBI single and transferring over a runner into third. So now you're looking at first and third, 2 men out.
With Pena's speed, you knew anything out of the infield was going to score him there from second base.
Absolutely.
So Palmisano up again. His second at-bat this inning.
Trancucci been trapping those balls all day and just been doing a great job of doing that. It's one of the good things to come from CSI from this game. Just the fielding's been much better. Nothing you could really do about, walking batters, but pitching definitely needs to be assessed a little bit here. And, everybody in the infield has been much better. But now you got to look to as he hits
and that pitch hits Palmisano. There's no control of the strike zone right now. Lots of walks, lots of hit by pitches, and it's very hard to win when that happens. If you look at the Dolphins' last 2 games, today they already gave up 10 runs. Yesterday in the first game of the doubleheader and the loss to SUNY Poly, they gave up 13 runs. The loss Wednesday to Mount St. Vincent, they gave up 15 runs. The loss on March 19th to Keene University, they gave up 11 runs. A loss in the second game of the doubleheader against Maritime College on March 16th, they gave up 10 runs. If you keep giving up double-digit runs, it's very hard to expect yourself to win games.
Well, yeah, and then you take a look at all the performances against such big numbers. The only time they really put up somewhat of a fight was against SUNY Poly, where they put up 7 against their 13, and then where they put up. Let me take a look back at the schedule here, where they faced off against St. Joseph's on March 10th, and they put up 9 runs against their 10. But other than that, Dolphins have been very quiet one stepping up to the plate. And the most excitement we've seen from the Dolphins was yesterday when they put up was it, I believe, 12, 13 runs against SUNY Poly, where, they ended up defeating SUNY Poly in the last game of the doubleheader 12-3.
Pitching has been a major issue so far this season for the Dolphins. Obviously, their ace, or at least they thought coming to the season, Capion, he's had struggles. His ERA, as this ball is fouled away, is 8.80 after yesterday. And that one bounces twice right in front of us. Watch out, Chris. Coming into today's game, Kevin Ryan, 7.84 ERA. We saw Eric Benedetto in this game, 18 ERA. That's gone up. And then Daniel Garcia comes in. He has an 11.17 ERA entering today. And this ball is inside, ball 3.
But I agree with you. You know, maybe they don't want to waste out all the pitches that they utilized yesterday in the doubleheader. I mean,
and we looks like we got somebody warming up there in the bullpen for the Dolphins. And it looks like Joseph Tita is going to warm up. He came in relief yesterday.
And he had himself a little bit of he had a great game yesterday, I would say, closing out SUNY Poly, and, you know, just hopefully he can, you know, stop the bleeding here, as things have still been out of hand here for the Dolphins, and it's just not looking good for them, as they have bases loaded and 2 men out.
And that pitch is hit towards right field. If it's fair, it's going to score a lot, but it's into the bullpen.
Now I'm in trouble.
We'll take this time to remind you that if you're watching the live stream on CSI Sportsnet, and if you're listening to me right now, you definitely are. It's the only way you'll be hearing this broadcast. Please leave us a comment in the chat. We will definitely read your comments throughout the ball game. Garcia already 30 pitches in relief this inning. And the runners take off. This one's hit back to Nathan. Nathan throws over to first, and Colon is retired. But not before some serious damage was inflicted there, as the Dolphins surrender 7 runs to the Gothic Knights. We will be back with the bottom of the 6th right after this.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more. Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing. Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Do you...
Dear
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
And we are back here at CSI. The Dolphins trail 10-1, and we have a plethora of changes. We'll get those to you as the batters come up, and as we saw against Mount St. Vincent the other day, once the Dolphins get down, Coach Michael Morrow decides when it's a blowout to make wholesale changes. And right now, Michael Ciancio is coming up to the plate, and we have a new pitcher for New Jersey City University, and it's Sean Gibney, and he throws submarine style. You don't see that often in college level, and look at that. Interesting delivery there, Chris, to say the least.
Yeah, and to no surprise, why not bring in something new and something different? You got the chance to experiment with a new type of pitching style here, and definitely can't really go wrong here.
Gibney just misses that one. It's over to short. The throw to first in time, and we have one out here. Ciancio is retired, and Sean Gibney, the 5'11" senior right-handed pitcher from Rutherford, New Jersey, who went to St. Mary Rutherford High School. It's got to be hard for these Dolphins players to adjust to that type of pitching stance. It's something they probably have never seen before.
Yeah, it's probably not something they haven't really been, accustomed to. And great idea by Gothic Knights. Why not give them something where, if CSI is going to go ahead and give them different hitters, we're going to go out there and give you a different type of pitching style. So
now we have another pinch hitter here as Khalid Zaria is into the game. He's from Susan Wagner High School. He's a sophomore, left-handed hitter, 5'9", and usually we see him coming in as a pinch runner. So let's see what he could do here at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, CSI just trying everything here. It's really trying to make sure that, you put some runs up and get back into this game.
That ball is hit over to second, throw to first in time, 2-away.
It's good hustle, though, by Khalid. Like you were saying before, he's usually known to be a pinch runner, and we see why with that speed, but, unable to get over to first in time, and, now there's 2 away.
Lozada up to the plate, so he's going to stay in the game.
But, like what we were saying before, just discussing the situations that CSI's had to address, usually there's a different story every time and there's no consistency in it. But in what they've been doing wrong, I mean, it's just kind of tough to stay on top of it and keep on track where, one game it's the pitching, one game it's the fielding, one game they're unable to get runners on. But, most of the time, you just want to make sure I think the pitching is the main focus here, and just being able to throw strikes and let the fielders make the plays out there, really. But just by throwing no strikes, you're giving both the fielders and the hitters, no chance to make a play.
Certainly, and today, and usually the Dolphins have been having defensive struggles, averaging around 5 errors a game. No errors today, but with all the walks, that didn't really matter. It didn't factor in too much. For NJCU, Gibney's on the mound. I'm a little surprised it took Guerrero out. Definitely was dominating the Dolphins today, only allowed one run.
Well, I mean, now you take a look over here, and with the new pitcher on the mound, just check my roster real quick. Sean Gibney, with his new pitching style, seems to be doing just fine and turning out well for the Gothic Knights. He shut down the first 2 players at bat, which were a new look for the Gothic Knights.
And this ball is hit into left field, and a nice catch there by the left fielder of NJCU, Leo Colon. Oh, and it's ruled a trap now. Oh, how about that? So Colon almost got away with that, but the umpires, they come together and say that ball did drop. So that's going to be a single for Lozado. And just to talk about Guerrero, who started the game for NJCU, Fernando Guerrero, final on him is 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. He had 3 hits, a walk, and struck out 6 batters. And we are going to get a pinch hitter here now as Vincent Brennan comes into the game for Pomerico, excuse me.
Well, you got one man on, 2 outs. Try to do something here and bring this runner home.
Ball's hit over to the shortstop, tossed to second in time, and that's going to end the inning here as the Dolphins still trail by 9 runs. We'll be back right after this.
I got a crick in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex. All of the ones get on. Very sad no more love. All that I could do was remember you. You know I usually say no, but if you throw me love, I'll throw you some more.
It deserves. We can all take to help save food. Or it, even share it.
I said, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great car. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so inspiring. How you've impacted people is enormous.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
And we are back here at CSI, and the Dolphins have now made 10 substitutions. So let's get you to all those right now. The new pitcher on the mound is Alexis Santos. He comes in today with a 7.45 ERA. And around the diamond, here we go. Behind the plate now is Smaya. Lozado actually stays at first base. Second base is Crocco. He's come into the game. Pitcher where walks have been the story for the most part.
Yeah, just throw strikes. That's it. And I think that Dolphins. Well, Alexis Santos definitely trying not to follow up with the last. And just to hopefully, not allow any runs. My mind kind of went to it from the play moment, but, just focusing back in on the game here that we have today as CSI still down by 9 runs, in a position to be down by even more right now with no outs, 2 men on. Hopefully Santos could get out of this and, as we also have a new catcher behind the plate as well.
That's Luke Smaya in the game. So once again, we have the new pitcher who we spoke about. Santos. Smaya is catching. First base is still Lozado. And second base, Crocco is in. Third base, Manzi. Ciancio at shortstop. At left field is Dodato. And center field is Lerner. And right field, as we mentioned, Zaria. Bag of ice, so we'll see if he's injured and if he continues in this game. So he did get on base to start the inning, but I think we have a pinch runner for him. Well, not sure entirely who's in the game. I believe, though, that Pulsine is out, and he's been pinch run for by Dan McLaughlin, who is the sophomore from Clifton, New Jersey. And this ball is hit into the air in left center field. And a nice catch is made out there by the center fielder, Lerner.
It's a good throw, too, because on second base, runner was looking to go, and he did not indeed tag up. So good job of keeping that runner there, getting one out to start off for the Dolphins. And now here comes Juan Pena.
The Flash.
And you definitely don't want to see him get on base here, Nick. And, Santos possibly facing his hero here.
As we mentioned, Santos' favorite show is The Flash. And Pena hits this one over to third. That's going to be a tough play on the throw, and it is not in time. The base is loaded. Pena, his speed strikes again, and the bases are loaded here for NJCU.
Almost moved so fast that I was unable to get my camera over. So
tough play there for Manzi at third. He knew he had to hurry on that one, and with Pena's speed, not enough time there to get the runner out. And now Corsi comes to the plate. Corsi, good day so far. 3 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs.
Definitely don't want to see any of that more put into action today. As the bases are yet again loaded.
It's been the story all day, or at least the last 2 innings.
You might just think that maybe it wouldn't have been such a bad idea to let Kevin Ryan finish this game out.
Ryan pitched well. He definitely did.
As he only allowed 3 runs. As
this
now
ball is popped.
Definitely see is keeping Ryan. A new CSI coming out today is and staying with us here as
1 for 2 today with a run score, double, as well as a walk.
Playing for the football team over there. We had a pretty good baseball team, but oh, there we go.
Here's a little bit more about Luke. Obviously, his favorite fruit is pizza. Whose isn't?
Oh, taking a look.
That's my favorite fruit, and he's retired there, so we'll get on. We'll move on for him there. But now we have a new batter in the game once again, and this is Nicholas Dodato, who is going to get his first at bat here of the game as a pinch hitter. Dodato comes into today batting .333. So pretty good start this season for the freshman from Newdorp High School.
He's got an on-base percentage of .429, so that's not too bad at all as he hits one to short.
Shortstop, and that's bounced off the shortstop's glove. And Nick is able to get in there at first on the error.
Now Crocco steps up to the plate, and he's coming in with a 250 average and a .368 on-base percentage. So, just trying to bring that number up really as you got one on here and, try to show some life here really for CSI.
Absolutely. Crocco, freshman infielder from Moore Catholic High School. Ciancio, the shortstop, also went there, and he's a business major, and that makes his favorite movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. Very good in business movie there. And his favorite TV show is The Arrow, so we saw Santos. He likes Flash, so CW doing some good stuff. In his downtime, he enjoys playing basketball, and his favorite food is chicken parm. Chicken parm, it tastes so good. This pitch is swung on a miss, and so once again, the upcoming schedule for CSI, playing William Patterson Tuesday in Wayne, New Jersey, 4 p.m. Yeshiva University doubleheader here at the CSI Baseball Complex, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. start on March 27th, Wednesday, and then Friday, March 29th. They're playing here again, the CSI Baseball Complex, taking on CCNY. On Saturday, March 30th, they'll play a doubleheader at CCNY. On April 3rd, as this pitch is swung on a miss for strike 3, they're taking on Purchase College. That'll be right here on CSI Sportsnet and at the CSI Baseball Complex. April 5th, taking on Baruch in a doubleheader. And then April 6th, they'll be taking on Baruch right here at the CSI Baseball Complex. So that's the upcoming schedule here for the next few games. And of course, every home broadcast you could find right here on CSI Sportsnet as Joseph Manzi steps to the plate. Manzi is a freshman from Tonville High School. Lots of freshmen on this team, Chris, so they're going to go through some growing pains, which could be expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get these guys involved, really get them up to the plate, understand that what the experience is really like to play at the collegiate level, and, introduce it early. That way they're more prepared for it when they become sophomores and juniors.
This ball is tapped over to third. Going to be a tough play for the third baseman. Throws it, and it is not in time. So good hustle there by Joseph, who is a business management major, and his favorite food is chicken cutlets.
You don't have to keep saying their favorite food while I'm sitting right here and
you want your Sunday dinner.
Unable to. It really doesn't help. Like, not at all.
And this pitch is down the right field line. That's going to be fair ball as Jared Lerner's first pitch goes into the bullpen. 1 run will score. And right behind him is another. And Lerner pulls into third of the triple. That is exactly what you want to see in your first at-bat into the game.
Yeah, especially as a freshman. That's a great job of showing no fear whatsoever. And, kind of starting a 2-out rally here where you have a man on third, where you get yourself on third base. You get a 2-run triple as Michael Ciancio steps up to the plate and hopefully can bring him home.
And warming up in the Dolphins bullpen right now is first baseman Stephen Kalika. So we'll see what he could do as it looks like he'll be coming to the game. Ciancio up to the plate once again. Came into today with a 267 average. The More Catholic product. And he was the captain of the Moore baseball team last year and participated in the 2018 Mayor's Cup and was a 2018 CHSAA All-League Honorable Mention. And he enjoys surfing in his spare time. I could see him surfing, his hair blowing in the wind in the ocean. Now his favorite food, Chris, you would never guess this one. So he likes chicken with avocado.
It's just a lot of chicken. So much chicken.
His favorite TV show is Scooby-Doo, and there he goes, running down first with a walk. I like that. Tossed the bat, ran it to first as fast as he could, just like Brandon Nimmo. And Khalid Zaraya steps to the plate now.
I don't think it would be such a bad idea to get Khalid Zaraya on the base pads here with his speed. He grounded out last time bat, but as second baseman plays a little bit further back.
Zaraya, the sophomore outfielder from Susan Wagner. He's an accounting major. Very interesting. And his favorite athlete is Brett Gardner. And we've seen Brett Gardner do a lot of good work running, and that's exactly what Khalid does as well.
As a lefty, too. And, you said before he's an accounting major, but, you don't really have to do much accounting or math to know that CSI is down by a lot of runs.
And, it's interesting that Khalid is on this team because in high school, he did not play baseball, and he was an excellent track and field star. No surprise with his speed.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think it would be such a bad idea to lay down a bunt here, even with 2 outs. You can't hold back now. I mean, it's 7th inning. Just got to try something, but you got 2 runners on.
This ball's up the middle, and that's going to be an RBI. And Khalid, whose favorite food is sushi, brings in another run.
Sure, he'll be getting a salmon roll after this as CSI is starting to get on a roll themselves.
Oh. Lozado staying in the game here, so he'll get another at-bat. the junior first baseman from Curtis High School, business management major. And he, like us, his favorite team is the New York Mets. Smart guy. In 2018, he was named the CSI Baseball Coaches Award winner at the CSI Annual Awards Banquet, and he was on the CUNYAC All Sportsmanship team.
So you definitely know he's a class act. Great guy. Just trying to do what's best for the team. And, you know.
That's right. And we are back here at the CSI Baseball Complex as the action resumes. Dolphins trail 15-4. Santos is going to remain in the game. And the pitch fouled off to the right side. That goes into the parking lot and just bounces over a red truck. So very close call there on the foul ball. And there's a lot of action going on in the bullpen right now for NJCU. There's about 6-7 people down there. 2 guys warming up. And Chris, in between innings there, a lot of fans took off. Guess they want to beat the traffic on the Staten Island Expressway.
Yeah, well, I mean, this game has just gotten out of hand. Closing into the end of the game.
And this ball hits the batter right in the arm. Wow.
And that's walk number 8 for the Dolphins.
Sam McLaughlin hit by a pitch, and he'll head down to first. And Jesse Kraft is going to come up to the plate here.
It's my understanding is that the Dolphins are averaging 1 walk an inning, and that means that's 1 base runner an inning. So it's just not the best case for the Dolphins, and things have just not gone their way today. But as well as for the softball game, as we take a look into how they've been doing, and I believe the final was 5-4.
The final score, yeah, they went into extra innings. And we will get you that score momentarily, as obviously the game was at Stevens. And actually, it's from what we have here, it's 8-8 in the bottom of the. And this ball is crushed, and that's over the fence for a home run. Did not see that coming. Jesse Kraft showing off the power. Wow, that is not what Santos wants to see. And Kalika is getting ready again in the bullpen. We'll wonder if we'll see him soon.
Well, that's the first home run I've seen on this on CSI Sportsnet, so pretty cool to see. But if only if it was on the Dolphins side. But now as NJCU takes the lead 17-4, as
it's a big shot right there, left center.
Nick Legato steps up to the plate, and you just got to think for Alexis Santos, he might be wishing he's watching Flash right now instead of being on the mound.
And we do a final score. Unfortunately, the Dolphins, they dropped the first game of the doubleheader against Stevens 5-4. This is the season high in runs that the Dolphins have allowed as far as baseball goes. 17. 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and a field goal.
NJCU has scored more points today than I believe any team did in the Super Bowl this past year, which is pretty interesting.
This ball is ripped into left. That's going to be a base hit. We'll see if Kalika is ready, because I think they're going to be making a move relatively soon.
Still no outs here today, and top of the in this inning, top of the 8th, man on first, and already 2 runs scored. So just got to think for Santos just to stop the bleeding, and Kalika couldn't come soon enough, and just really try anything at this point.
This ball hits the batter, so another hit by pitch. And the last time a batter was hit by pitch was a few batters ago, and the next batter was a 2-run home run. And here comes head coach Michael Morrow to the mound. He's yet to make the signal, but it looks like Stephen Kalik is going to be coming into the game. And we'll see if he's ready, and that's going to be it for Santos. So Kalik is coming in, and when we come back, we'll get you set and see if we can get out of this jam for CSI.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same. Gotta get the boys.
Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing, like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game.
And we're back from the CSI Baseball Complex. This is Joe Foreman filling in for Nick Durst for just a couple of minutes. Nick had to step outside for a moment, so I'll be taking you through the play-by-play. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Dolphins trailing 17-4 in another lopsided game. CSI has found themselves on the wrong end of some lopsided scores over the last couple of weeks, and unfortunately for them, this game no exception.
Yeah, no exception at all today, Joe. Thanks for stopping by. And, as Steve Kalika just tries to, get the Dolphins out of this inning where you got 2 men on, no outs, and down by, that's 13. So, just really trying to do anything you can to get out of this inning and to really just put yourself in a position to put some runs back up.
When Nick and I were in here on Wednesday, you were here for the early portion of that game against Mount St. Vincent. Seeing the Dolphins down 13 runs was a foreign concept to me. I'd never seen the Dolphins trailing by such a wide margin, as I believe that was pinch hitter Ryan Guthrie who just struck out. So Kalika comes out of the Dolphins bullpen and picks up a quick punch out, and that will bring up Ricky Voss for NJCU.
Well, it seems as if now we've become no stranger to these kinds of point spreads and, where the Dolphins have, given up a significant amount of runs. Because that was a really nice moving pitch by Kalika.
Good breaking ball there from Steven for the first pitch strike. But something I've really noticed about this Dolphins team last year, they were a team that really fought back and came back, and they still have that characteristic this year. The difference is they've had a lot of trouble stopping the bleeding when they fall behind in these games. They fall behind by 2 or 3 runs, in some cases even more than that, and they just can't stop the outpouring of runs coming from the other side. And this game, again, no exception. The Dolphins fell behind early 1-0, got even at 1, but after surrendering a 2 spot in the top of the 4th, CSI surrendered 7 more in the top of the 6th and then another 5 in the top of the 7th. They've allowed 2 more here in the 8th. And I incorrectly said the bottom of the 8th when we came back. It's the top of the 8th inning. But CSI will perhaps surrender another run here, though. Didn't look like Legato was thinking about scoring the 18th NJCU run. He jogged his way over to third base, and that will load him up. And coming to bat is Brandon Rivera.
And we have been no stranger today, Joe, of seeing the bases loaded for the Gothic Knights, as yet again bases are loaded in the top of the 8th. And, it's just incredible to see how, nothing can be done right by the Dolphins.
A lot of it has come down to command. I believe the walk tally when I left the room down the hall was at 8, perhaps 7. I'll double check that. I think it was at 7 or 8, but I'll get a look at that in just a moment. Regardless of what the walk tally is, command has been an issue for CSI. We saw several errors in the field yesterday over the course of 2 games. Fortunately, they've cleaned up their defensive play in this one, haven't committed an error in this game, but they've allowed 17 runs and 17 hits, and there's just no way around that, especially when you're pitching around the strike zone in many cases. So they'll definitely have to clean that up. And CSI, still another busy week upcoming, and I think their next game is 2 days from now against William Patterson on the road. That is indeed the case. They play 2 days from now against William Patterson, and they're right back home the next day on the 27th for a doubleheader against Yeshiva, a 5 o'clock start to Game 1 of that 2-game set against Yeshiva on Wednesday.
And hopefully they can turn things around maybe. And like you were saying, definitely clean things up. Much better job today defensively. And that's the one good thing that we've been discussing that they can come away with today, that they can come away with and say that they've done a great job with. But the pitching has just been unfortunately, it's been unwatchable and, unable to throw strikes. And, it's hard to say for CSI, but, that's definitely got to be cleaned up a little bit. And they've been able to put runs up when they want to, but one of the main things was maintaining a solid defensive front, and they've been able to do so. But now just got to take care of what's going on in the mound.
I think that last walk was number 8, as we'll have what I thought was a hit batter, but I guess hitter at the plate got out of the way. That was Anthony Palmisano taking evasive action in the box and somehow able to avoid that pitch. And we'll be rejoined by Nick Durst following this at bat. He's back here in the booth. Wasn't certain he was coming back, given the one-sided score. 18-4, the score on the top of the 8th, and NJCU potentially looking to add more here, though, like I said before, runners on base weren't exactly sprinting between bases, content to move up just one at a time with a 14-run lead. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. And Kalika's 1-1 is tapped foul. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Palmisano.
Now, if Kalika could get out of this inning, he'd be doing, somewhat of a good job only allowing 1 run in the inning, which is saying something from what's happened over the course of this game and, just really stepping up and, just doing a good job for the Dolphins.
Well, you need those mop-up relievers out there in the bullpen, especially in games like this where the deficit is double digits. You need those arms out there who can eat innings in games like this one. And unfortunately, the Dolphins have been in games like this much more than they would like. We've seen 2 of them this week alone on Sportsnet, really 3 actually, as you look back to yesterday's doubleheader against SUNY Poly. Game 1 really got away from CSI. Dolphins put some runs on the board in the final half inning, but that wasn't enough to draw them any closer than 6. But against Mount St. Vincent, CSI was never really in that game. And then in the game yesterday against SUNY Poly, Game 1, CSI was down big in the late innings, as that's tapped right back to Kalika, and he'll go the short way at home. Potential for a double play, but Smias throw to first just late, and there will be 2 away. And with that, I'll hand the headset back over to Nick Durst, who rejoins you in the booth, and he'll have the play-by-play call the rest of the way.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. And I'm a man of the people. I was down there in the stands, wanted to get a feel of things Chris said. On the Gothic Knights side, fans are very happy. They don't feel cold. Was out there for a few minutes. It's not cold right now. It's nice. Not too bad with the winds. Good weather conditions. And then we have to give it up for the Dolphins fans who are sticking it out right now. Behind the plate. Still here. They're all bundled together for warmth. It's been sitting here for a while, so they're getting a little chilly. There seems to be more wind over here on this side. near the dugout for NJCU. Lots of chatter. The guys are really pumped up, excited about this win. They're looking forward to building on this. They were 5-4 coming into today, most likely going to be 6-4. And for the CSI Dolphins side, just very quiet over there. This is going to be a demoralizing loss for them.
And, Nick, we kind of missed you because, I had nobody to talk about the favorite foods with. And so, just getting back to man on the mound, Stephen Kalika, where...
Another sushi fan, huh?
Another sushi fan. And his favorite movie is The Sandlot. So,
wow. Definitely
a classic. As, that one I was born around this time for.
I can't... His favorite athlete, Zion Williamson. Come on. I mean, the guy's... in college, sure, it's March Madness, but that's really your favorite athlete. That's crazy.
The guy is a spark plug. He's also a huge marketing tool. He's incredible in dunk contests, great versatility. He's got the size of a linebacker, but he's got the agility of Tariq Hill or Deshaun Jackson, if you will. And I can't blame him. He is a phenomenal athlete.
Kalika coming into today, we haven't seen him pitch too often this season, and he only pitched one inning, but he gave up 2 runs, 1 earned, base on ball. More of the same so far this inning, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so. Now he's, like I said, he's only given up 1 run so far, and 1 or 2 runs, and it's if he gets out of this inning, that'd be saying something. Because no CSI pitcher has really been able to do just
3-2 count,
that.
the runners take off, and that's a ball. And Joseph Tita is furiously warming up in the bullpen. We'll see how much longer Kalika stays in this game.
Yeah, we'll see how fresh Tita's arm is as he just got done pitching last night. But Kalika is throwing some heat out there as the dust goes right out of the glove as soon as the ball hits it. So, he's bringing the heat, but he's just got to bring some control to it, or else he's just going to be walking him all day.
That pitch in there for strike. And again, if you're watching still, we appreciate the 17 of you who are sticking around. Leave us a comment. We will certainly read that on the air for you. So we're going to miss. That ball is swung on, caught, hung on to, and that is going to do it here in this inning, but not before NJCU tacks on some more runs as Kalika surrenders 4. It is 19-4. We go to the bottom of the 8th on CSI Sportsnet.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about
that. You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing, like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Do you want...
To quote Mike Francesa, all right, we're back. We're back here at the CSI Baseball Complex, and we have a pitching change to report. NJCU is bringing on their sophomore right-handed, 6-foot right-handed throwing pitcher, Brandon Cole. He is from Bayonne, New Jersey. And batting now for the Dolphins is Vincent Brennan. He is a first baseman from Staten Island, New York, and he went to Moore Catholic High School. Pitch is taken for a ball. Brennan, his favorite food is also sushi. What is it with these Moore players? They love sushi, huh?
You got me. All I can say is that, you know, the more food we talk about, the hungrier I get. So I've just been trying to drift away from that conversation.
If you're in the chat, let us know what you're having for dinner, and we'll see if Chris approves or not.
And that's a walk.
That's a walk, yeah. How about that? Good start here for the Dolphins as Luke Smaya comes to the plate.
It's about time. We've gotten walked. You know, we've walked so many. You know, I believe we're up to at least 10 walks out right now for the day. So I think it's about time that, you know, NJCU gives us back some walks.
And Smaya comes to the plate. His favorite TV show was Drake and Josh, and there's rumors that show might be coming back. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
Drake Bell and Josh Peck looking to bring an adult version to TV. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah, it would be. And, you know, as we know, Josh is no longer fat Josh. So, you know.
And his favorite baseball player is Mike Trout. And Mike Trout, he just got paid last week. I mean, you could argue that he didn't get paid enough, but big time contract.
Yeah, no, I mean he's kind of like when J.J. Watt was in his prime, he's kind of I like to consider him as the J.J. Watt of baseball, where he's a humble guy, probably one of the hardest workers in baseball, hardest working athletes in baseball, and he just goes out there and performs every single day. And you hear about Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, but you don't hear too much enough about Mike Trout until he gets this deal until he got the deal for $430 million for 12 years, which is just incredible. And I just don't even know what I would do with just, that first year where, he's averaging over $20 million a year, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely.
And on the softball side of things, as they are getting set here for the second game doubleheader, as we have a pass ball and the Runner events, the next time that they play, the softball team plays here, and it's going to actually be the first time this season they play the CSI softball complex since the previous game was rained out when they played against Kane University. That was rained out as well, but lots of rainouts for them, unfortunately. But when they were supposed to play Mount St. Vincent on Thursday in the doubleheader, that was rained out. As Smaya goes down swinging here, one out, they'll be playing here Saturday, April 6th. 12 p.m. doubleheader versus Hunter College. Hunter, obviously, big-time rival in the CUNYAC Conference. And as far as the current CUNYAC standings go for baseball, coming into today, CCNY was in first with a 4-4 record. CSI was 5-7, second place. John Jay is 6-11. Baruch is 3-7, and Lehman is 2-11. And overall, just not good baseball being played by the CUNYAC Conference right now. Lehman lost their last 8. Baruch lost the last 2. John Jay lost their last 2. We know the Dolphins split yesterday, and CCNY lost 1. But not much baseball being played there between those teams because, as we mentioned earlier, Chris, the weather here in the Northeast, specifically New York, in March, is not very kind, and it's not easy to play those games.
No, definitely not easy at all, especially tracking the balls down in the outfield and being able to get a grip on the ball with your glove. I mean, it's definitely not too easy. Your hands start to get a little bit numb out there, and the situation has definitely changed, and the circumstances have changed with weather today, thankfully. But definitely seems to not go in the favor of CSI, as they are trailing right now by 15 runs. And, you hate to see that, but that's the case we have here today. And, hopefully they can bounce back and take some lessons from this game.
That ball is behind the batter, and that's going to be a walk. So back-to-back walks here for NJCU. Dodado gets on to first, and Clark comes to the plate. And these two teams, the Dolphins and the Gothic Knights, they're very familiar with one another. They've met each other in the last 4 seasons. NJCU holds the advantage in the all-time series, though, 24-19. That'll be 25-19 after today, most likely. And they've won 3 of the past 5 meetings with CSI. Their last meeting was March 28th, 2018, and NJCU won 8-4. The Dolphins, obviously we know they were in action yesterday. They split the doubleheader against SUNY Poly. And NJCU, they came in well rested. They last played on March 20th, so maybe that factored in today to them having those fresh legs, the fresh arms, the bats. They're ready to go. Where as the Dolphins, they played 2 games yesterday.
Yeah, I mean that definitely would play out as,
this ball is hit to third, thrown to first, and that's safe. So, but the force out at third is applied. So runners on first and second, 1 out.
No, but Nick, I would definitely say so that, they could be tired. I mean, without a doubt, they just got done playing a doubleheader, and they gave pretty much they let it all out on the field. They left it all on the field, I would say, yesterday with putting up 12 runs, which is something they haven't done in quite some time. But, and NJCU having at least, 3-4 days of rest should definitely be a factor, considered to be a factor for why they've been able to, I guess they've been waiting so long that they finally let it all loose themselves as they've put up 19 runs today, which is incredible.
Yes, the bats definitely came out hot, and as I just mentioned a few minutes ago, as this ball is hit into left center field, that's going to drop in, and the runner is going to come around from second to score, and it's now a 19-5 game. So kudos to the Dolphins subs right now. They're not giving up. And we saw the same thing happen in game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday. The subs came in, and they fought back. They got some runs, and it helped them in the following game. And you're hoping to see the same thing here. And maybe this carries over here, the late inning runs, to when they play William Patterson on the 26th at 4 p.m. And Lerner comes to the plate, freshman from Xaverian High School in Brooklyn. Last time NJCU and the Gothic Knights played last year when the Knights won 8-4. NJCU head coach Jerry Smith earned his 100th win in that game. That made him the third Gothic Knights coach to reach that milestone.
And Lerner, for the outfielder, with an average of 125 and on base percentage of 222. Just getting into a further look of his bio. Just taking a look at what Lerner's all about. He's a major in business management. His favorite food is pizza. Great thing to have on Friday if you're Catholic for Lent.
Absolutely. I have it every Friday.
And,
And that was called a strike. Lerner is not happy about that. He has some words with the ump. But that's going to do it here. The Dolphins do, however, push the run across. 19-5, headed to the 9th.
Listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can you feel the sun?
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt. And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet. Shoebox. Under the bed.
Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
And we are back, and Joseph Tita into the game here for the Dolphins with a 11.88 ERA in the season. Did a good job, though, yesterday. And he comes in having allowed 11 earned runs, but only 2 walks, so that's definitely a good sign. And in case you're wondering, because I know Chris was, his favorite food is quesadillas. And his favorite TV show, also Drake and Josh. Also a Mets fan.
Well, you can't go wrong with a quesadilla, Nick.
Definitely not.
Chicken, cheese, guac, sour cream.
You know, if he and Ciancio wanted to get together for lunch or something, Ciancio likes chicken with avocado, so maybe they could make some sort of a chicken quesadilla. Tita is an English major, and he's a junior from Tottenville High School. This one is bounced over to third. Picked up, throw over to first. Lozado make a nice stretch. And there's one away.
And there you go. Nice job by Tita, forcing a grounder. And starting off nice and easy with 1 out.
Legato comes to the plate. 6 at-bats today. That's pretty crazy. And he has 3 RBIs, 2 hits, and a triple. Tita delivers that pitch, and it's strike 1. Fouled away, 0-2. Tita looking to make quick work of the Gothic Knights this inning.
You have to think, though, Tita doing the job that he's doing right now, maybe he might have been wanted to be the first option to pitcher for the Dolphins. Before things, we were looking not too long ago, we were looking at a game that was 4-1, 3-1, at the 4th or 5th inning. No, it was at the 5th. It was only 3-1 for the Dolphins. And then, man, oh man, did things change and did things take off for the Gothic Knights as they have sprouted out to a 19-5 lead.
And you have to wonder, maybe they didn't want to have Tita pitch today. He pitched 2 innings yesterday. That ball's popped up.
Got a call for it.
And nice play out there. Nice catch by the second baseman, Michael Crocco. Tita, as he's retired the first 2 batters right now, he pitched 2 innings yesterday against SUNY Poly. Allowed 4 hits, gave up 2 runs, and he struck a batter out. And now up to the plate for NJCU and taking no time looking at any pitches as that ball is foul is Ty Hawkins, the junior outfielder from Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Well, Crocco made a nice play out there in the outfield beforehand, and he had some struggle yesterday with playing the ball, and he had over 2-hour errors, and he was taken out in the second game of the doubleheader, maybe perhaps due to his defensive mishaps, but now he definitely seems to have gained a little bit more control over what considered to be a problem for him yesterday.
Hawkins definitely looking to get a hit here, not taking any pitches. 0-2 count. And that is taken for a ball. 1-2.
Well, you'd like to see Tita get out of this inning here. Nice and easy. Clean sweep and, just get over to the bottom of the ninth here.
Tita with that pitch right in there, strike 3. So there you have a nice 1-2-3 inning by Joseph Tita. And the Dolphins are down to their last chances. Last licks for the Dolphins coming up right after this.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew.
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing, like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Back here at the St. SI Baseball Complex, and now pitching for the New Jersey City University Gothic Knights is number 26, Chris Bergalowski, the sophomore right-handed pitcher who stands at 6'3" from Bayonne, New Jersey. Ciancio ready for the first pitch, and he rips that one to left field. That's getting caught up in the window. Has a chance, and it's right in front of the fence. Bounces one hopper off the fence. Almost was out of here, but nonetheless, Ciancio pulls into second with a leadoff double.
Yeah, definitely a nice job by Ciancio getting things started. Would have been nice for a solo homer, but, now we get to see Khalid step up to the plate and maybe utilize his base running skills if he can get on here.
Absolutely, and he's 1 for 2 today, and he hit a 7 RBI. So Zariah looking for another hit to bring Ciancio home.
Gothic Knights definitely don't want to allow anything to happen here with no outs. Give the Dolphins some life.
Dolphins trail by 14, so they need to be smart here. Don't expect Ciancio to be taking the extra base or looking to steal. And this ball is hit towards the shortstop, and the throw to first is in time. Ciancio, does advance to third base. Anthony Lozada coming up to the plate once again. 1 for 4 today.
CSI definitely seeing themselves at least bringing home that one run. To just really show that they're not going down without a fight.
Lozada pops this one foul, and it's going to land right over the stands. Bargolowski coming in throwing some heat right now. Closing in on 4 hours of this game, and that one's ripped up the middle. That's going to be an RBI single for Lozada as Ciancio trots home to score. So Vincent Brennan will now come up.
Now batting, number 15, Vincent Brennan.
Brennan takes the first pitch outside, ball 1.
And you got to think, is there a chance for a comeback here today, Nick?
Crazier things have probably happened. This ball is fouled off his foot.
Definitely one for the record books if somehow, some way they can pull that one off. But, game is definitely in favor of New Jersey City right now. And, Dolphins, it would be nice to see them try, And they have been, Ciancio with a nice leadoff double. Gets brought home by Lozado. And now Lozado on first. Let's see if Brennan can keep things going here and get on base himself.
And if you look at the Dolphins in the box score here, in the 7th inning they put up 3 runs. The 8th inning they put up a run. The 9th inning they have 1 run so far. So the subs once again coming in, producing 5 runs, but Calico comes in, and it was more of the same there where he gave up runs. Garcia gave up a lot of walks. Just overall, the pitching really was their downfall today. Benedetto also had a lot of walks, so just not an ideal day when it comes to pitching.
I mean, yeah, I was just gonna follow up on that, where the subs for hitting have definitely paid dividends for the Dolphins, but the subs for pitching were led to the downfall.
This ball is popped up, and a nice play there to hold on to it this time by Anthony Palmisano, who previously in the game did drop an easy pop-up, but he does make the catch here.
Now batting, number 25, Luke
Smai up at the plate, 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts off the bench. First pitch in there for ball.
Now, Samai, you hate to see him get strikeout number 3 for him. So let's see if he can, actually get on base here and join Lozado.
Bergolowski set to deliver the pitch. Outside. Good stop by Palmisano there to stop that ball from heading to the backstop.
Showing signs of bunt.
I'm not sure, I guess because it was a 3-0 count, but that's going to be a walk, so Smai is on board. That's going to bring Nicholas Lozada to the plate.
So he digs in.
And after the walk, taking the first pitch, but that's in there for a strike. Crocco on deck, hopeful to get up. Strike 2. So this could be it, Chris. Could be the last strike here for the Dolphins.
Oh, you hate to see him get caught looking there. That would just be
close take.
Yeah. But good eye by Donato.
Wild pitch there, but Palmisano does a nice job of knocking it down. Chris Bergolowski looking to end this game here. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Pitch is high. Ball 3.
Full count. You got to see the runners going here.
Absolutely. That pitch is swung on and hits to right field. The outfielder is playing in, so that's going to roll to the fence. And Lozado will score. Followed by the next runner. So 2 RBI double there for Donato. And that's going to score 2 runs. Samayo also scored there. So inching closer here. Good fight here.
Crocco having a little bit of a tough time here to play today, but he'll look to change that right now in the 9th.
And the first pitch to Crocco. It's called strike. 1-1.
Crocco definitely showing signs of frustration as he slaps the plate.
That looked to be outside, but that's called strike. So once again, the Dolphins down to their last strike.
And Crocco is not happy with the umpire right now. Definitely doesn't agree with the call being made. Now, if I think that one was called, Crocco would just be a little bit more upset. But thankfully, for the umpire's sake, it wasn't.
2-2, 2 outs, runner on second, and the pitch fouled back, staying alive. And the pitch swung on and fouled off again. So good battle here from Crocco. That ball is inside. 3-2.
Yet again, full count. Let's see if Crocco could put one into the gaps here. You know, I see. We look at his chops right in the center of the field right there.
And he walks. So continuing to battle here.
Now batting number 24, Joseph Manzi.
Joseph Manzi now comes to the plate.
Dolphins had a pretty good run here right now in the bottom of the 9th. A respectable one, you know, especially facing such a deficit as being down by 15 runs. They've put some numbers up, and you know now they are only down
13 runs. You know,
11 runs.
Right. So when you score 8 runs like they have today, you should be winning the games, but it comes down to the pitching, which was very poor today.
Right, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, we've stressed it so much, and now CSI has been trying to bounce back here. But you know, just when you put up 8 runs, you know, you tend to think that okay, it's probably the winning team, but this is definitely not the case today.
Right. When you put up 8 runs, you don't expect you're going to lose by 11.
No, you definitely don't.
Manzi is 2 for 2 today with an RBI. Takes that pitch for a strike. So 2 strikes on him now. And 2 balls. 2-2 count, 2 runners on, 2 outs. Dolphins down to the last strike. And that ball is hit into left field. Left field giving chase. That's going to probably drop, and it does. Hits the fence. 1 run will score. Being conservative here, the Dolphins take it easy. That's a double for Manzi as the runner crosses the plate. And it's now a 19-9 game.
Get your rally cap on, Nick, because the Dolphins aren't out of this one yet.
And the fans, they're really enthused in front of our broadcast booth here. They're really pumped up, and I can't blame them because this has been the best inning offensively for the Dolphins so far this game.
Yeah, it looks as if it was worth the wait.
4 runs in this inning. And this ball might end it. Ground ball to short, the throw over to first. And the ball game is over. So the Dolphins put up a good fight. And they fall a little short, though, at the end. 4 runs this inning. And however, they do fall 19-9. So that's going to do it here for us, for Chris Notaro and Joe Foreman. I'm Nick Durst. The Dolphins fall to the Gothic Knights 19-9. Make sure you stay tuned to CSI Sportsnet next week, and you'll see some more coverage. Once again, the next game that you could watch here will be Wednesday, March 27th, a doubleheader starting at 5 p.m. The Dolphins will take on Yeshiva University. So once again, for Chris Notaro, I'm Nick Durst. You've been watching CSI Sportsnet, CSI Dolphins Baseball, and in this game, NJCU defeats the CSI Dolphins 19-9.